Okay, YouTube stream is starting. Yep, it has started. Is it working? Yeah, there we go. And then I'll make a short stream.
Act 1.
Next, next, next. Public.
World War. And post-war injustice and hysteria.
Short stream.
A boom.
We are all
Totalitarian.
set.
Act 2. Greed and hypocrisy
Good.
leading to a genocidal world war. Post-war injustice and hysteria. A boom. A crash.
What happened to my?
Totalitarian.
What happened to my vertical streaming setup?
Greed and hysteria.
Why does it look shitty? Now it looks better.
A crash.
Stream.
All
right. Now we're in it.
Totalitarian. Again, yes. But never before has mankind been confronted by the problem of surviving global death, total death, the doubting of reality, and overall a well-bred paranoia. Totalitarian.
Okay. I just want to make sure that we're live on the short stream, and then I'll be ready.
Dope. Marking time.
Yep, we're live over there too. Cool.
Making it. Turning on.
Alrighty, alrighty, alrighty. If you're watching on YouTube, please like the stream. If you are watching on Twitch, then please consider subscribing. Yada, 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 yada. We're just going to go ahead and get into the memes. Okay, minimize that. Don't need that anymore. I do want this one.
Was the death of society. Totalitarian.
Okay, what is this about a new H3 nuke? You're gonna watch her? Yeah, I was gonna watch a bit of that, but that's like a 2-hour long interview, right? Oh, good. This is only 20 minutes long. I'm actually surprised.
Hi there. My name is...
1 second. Okay, we are almost fully set up now. I have Discord open on my vertical screen over here. I have chat open. I posted the meme video. Yes. Let's see what the meme video is.
I'm here in the United States side of the Texas-Mexico border.
Okay, I thought that, hold on. Now, I saw a clip on Twitter. I thought that it was a joke that said something about alligator Alcatraz. Is that a real thing? Is that why this is such a funny meme, that this is like a parody of conservatives in 1995? How's it going? Happy Thursday. Because why does he look like Vince McMahon?
And pay no taxes.
Wait, is it fucking Vince McMahon in like a really low quad? Like, no, that says JBL. Okay.
I've made a fortune in this country.
Yeah, doesn't he look kind of like a young Vince McMahon in like the low pixel quality? You know, doesn't he kind of look like? No, am I wrong for saying that? Does he not look? Am I just face fucking blind? Like, please.
Texas.
Am I thinking of the right guy? Vince McMahon, right? Let's see, young. Images. Okay, well, maybe. Okay, wow, holy shit, he looks fucked up when he was young. God damn, he aged like a fine wine. Jesus Christ, this guy looks fucked up. Uh, fuck, what were we just watching? Jesus, that just fucking completely, that wiped my fucking brain. Ow.
Me.
What the fuck was that you just made me watch? Why, what the fuck was that? Okay, okay, I want to see what is this, H3H3 new, stupid thing. And then it's a wrestling segment. Oh, so it was who was that guy? JBL. He said his name was what? Damn, I really thought that he looked like fucking, I thought he looked like, what's his name? McMahon. Oh, well. Oh, that confused the fuck out of me. Looking at the spouse, it said married 2005, and then the last person was married 1994 to 2003. Usually, you would put the first wife and then the second wife, right? I was confused. I was like, how does he have two wives? He married one in 1994 and the next one in 2005. Okay, anyways, let's see what this is.
Is Ethan Klein, and my favorite hobby is spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on lawyers. Today, I invite you into my home to share my favorite pastime with you.
Can I please get 1080 at least, please?
Join me in creating generational wealth for my attorney. Let me tell you guys a story. About a year and a half ago, it's a big conversation called ReactGate. ReactGate was a debate going on in the streaming community about what constituted fair use. People like Hassan, XQC, and many of the large Twitch streamers would watch other creators' entire video on their stream. They would rarely add sufficient commentary or even pause the video to speak. Most egregiously, they would re-upload the entire VOD to YouTube with the same thumbnail, the same title, so that they could cannibalize traffic from the original video. Here's what Lamino had to say about this phenomenon.
I don't mind people reacting to my videos, but I do mind when they play the entirety of my video. A face cam in the corner or the occasional interruption does nothing to address that issue. My video is still being played from beginning to end in someone else's stream or video. It's neither ethical nor necessary to feature the entirety of someone else's work. Or, they could do the bare minimum and ask for permission. Something that none of the major reaction channels have ever done when they've streamed or re-uploaded my videos. But to answer your question,
I think Trump based his personality on a wrestling character. Well, he was a heel in the WWE. He acts like a heel in real life. He puts on a performance. He's not a politician. He's not a leader. He's a fucking a reality TV show host, and he's doing a very good job of that.
No, I don't want people to stream.
He even gave us a 2-week suspense building, season ending episode that could happen anytime in the next 2 weeks because he's too much of a pussy to just make a decision.
Or re-upload the entirety of my videos.
Now, understandably, this made a lot of people angry because why should these content thieves, essentially, get more views than the author of the video, which in a lot of cases was happening? I mean, people don't like injustice, and we all see this, and no, it's not right. This debate culminated when XQC, one of the prime suspects, called into my show to debate me, in which case I'm sad to report that I was terribly owned. So in that regard, do you care at all about IP or copyright?
Sorry, I was reading Internet Gas's chat. I missed what he just said.
Videos.
Now, understandably, this made a lot of people angry because why should these content thieves, essentially, get more views than the author of the video, which in a lot of cases was happening? I mean, people don't like injustice, and we all see this, and no, it's not right. This debate culminated when XQC, one of the prime suspects, called into my show to debate me, in which case I'm sad to report that I was terribly owned. So in that regard, do you care at all about IP or copyright? Or the fact that it's illegal, does that matter? That it might be illegal, does that matter to you?
No.
It doesn't matter.
Well, if flat out doesn't, because...
Well, that's fair.
Watch me full screen cam, do the fucking worm, then watch your
Do
prime,
that.
then watch
Bro,
your prime
do
content.
it for a week. Do a week of no reaction content and see how many fucking views you get. Oh, okay, sure.
I'm sorry. I know you guys can't see it. I'm working on that right now. I also got distracted looking at it. What the fuck? I forgot about that shit completely. These three creators. Okay. 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 That's not what I wanted. I want this. Sorry, just fixing some stuff on the short stream. Okay, we're ready. Let's go.
Videos.
Now, understandably, this made a lot of people angry because why should these content thieves essentially get more views than the author of the video, which in a lot of cases was happening? I mean, people don't like injustice, and we all see this, and no, it's not right. This debate culminated when XQC, one of the prime suspects, called into my show to debate me, in which case I'm sad to report that I was terribly owned. So in that regard, do you care at all about like IP or copyright, or like the fact that it's illegal? Does that matter? That it might be illegal, does that matter to you?
No.
It doesn't matter.
Well, if flat out doesn't, because...
But that's fair.
Watch me full screen cam, do the fucking worm, then watch your
Do
prime,
that.
then watch
Bro,
your prime
do
content.
it for a week. Do a week of no reaction content and see how many fucking views you get. Oh, okay, sure. I mean, that's content, man. It's original content, at least. The ultimate debate, bro. He hit him with the worm. Oh, why didn't I think of that first? I kid XQC, but he is not the one I'm suing. Despite my criticism, he's not a malicious infringer. But the ones I am suing, you'll see, are much, much worse. Now, ironically, after this debate and in the wake of this large conversation, the problem seems to have only gotten worse. You have people like Hassan Piker paving the way of fair use with what's known as chair reacts, when Hassan gets up to go to the bathroom, or to eat, or to talk to his mom, or to do whatever, disappears for an extended period of time.
That's one thing that I don't understand how the fuck. Ethan, I'll take on this, but XUC can't argue. Yeah, it's been so long since I've seen that argument or even thought about that argument. I don't remember who came out looking better, but fuck. The chair stream thing. I don't think I've ever done that before. Can you guys remind me? Have I ever done that before? Like actually just left the room and played content that wasn't mine for like an extended amount of time? Unless it was something that someone asked me to do, because I can't think of one time that someone asked me to just play a video of theirs on stream, and I took that opportunity to go downstairs and pick up some Uber Eats. But outside of situations like that, does the music count? No, because I'm usually playing guitar to the music, right? Unless you're talking about something else. Oh, you're talking about when I like walk away to no, because I'm like playing background music. I'm not like playing someone's content that I'm going to play in its full entirety with the intention of whatever. I don't think those are the same.
And leaves the video playing for his chair. Mr. Chair, they call it.
IDF had warned people to leave the area around the main airport in Sana. Then this.
Like usually when I'm watching the news on stream, I'm watching it because I want to know what's going on, right? Like I want to know. So who is the stranger on my screen? Hey, how's it going, Vince? Wait, why do you mean this stranger? Are you talking about me? Wait, where the fuck did I need to fix whatever's going on with my windows here? Let's do it like this. There we go. I haven't seen you stream in a while. Yeah, I've been, you know what? I've been I'll talk about that in I've been busy, so that's why. Well, I've also just like not streamed as much as I used to. But that might change. I feel like I'm feeling better about things. Maybe not like fully, but I am feeling a lot better about things. But I'm also working on other projects. Like I've started writing music again. I've started learning new genres on the guitar, and I've actually officially started writing the script for that more like prepared content thing. So like there's opportunities where I could stream, but I'm using that opportunity to not want to kill myself. If that makes any sense, you know. I'm pissed at Maggot, so I really want to come back. I've been traveling pretty heavily the past couple of months. I saw that you were traveling, but I didn't know if it was because like your stream stuff was picking up and you were going around and doing stream stuff, or if you were just streaming or you were just traveling. I don't understand the leftist positions on copyright law. Well, I don't care about leftist opinions anymore. Because ultimately every single fucking time, and I realize this, and I'm going to have these conversations with my little brother because he's going hardcore down the leftist route because of the righteous fury that he feels in his early 20s at what's going on right now. And I can't really blame him because I was exactly the same way during Trump 1, and I was less justified than he is now. But ultimately, when it comes to lefties, like generally they have way better intentions, you know, than conservatives. Generally speaking, they have better intentions. They just don't understand, right? Now, when you get to a socialist or a leftist that is like super fucking hardcore into the socialism, they actually understand the full scope of everything, then we're talking about people who are a little bit more immoral. But yeah. Hell no. Worship in Oklahoma, Louisiana. And oh, I'm so sorry you had to go to fucking Louisiana. Jesus fucking Christ. Heading to North Dakota? That's, you know, I was about to say even worse. I think that Louisiana is about the scraping the bottom of the barrel. Anyways, let's keep watching this. Oh, but I was just gonna say, like, the fact that like he gets up and walks away from his computer while watching the news. Like the reason that I watch the news on stream is because I want to consume the news, right? I want to consume the fucking news. I want to learn stuff. I want to see what's going on, right? Like I'm not using the news just as a vehicle for content, right? Like this is my time where I get to, you know, talk through the news that I'm consuming. This is the time that I get to fully digest the stuff that's going on in the world, you know? Is the position basically? Wait, what? He'll start playing new metal soon? I will absolutely not. I thought about that. I think there's one new metal band that I like, and I didn't know that they were new metal. Fucking System of a Down. I didn't know that they were new metal. They're the only one that's acceptable.
This operation will result in the killing of hostages in captivity, will result in the death of the third
We're communication. Well, I've been seeing
Russia,
And it was in this setting that I formulated an idea. What if I could make a long-form, irresistible piece of content that I knew that these streamers couldn't resist? They couldn't avoid the temptation of watching it the second it was public.
Wait, they're the ones I don't like? You don't like System of a Down, but you like bands like Korn? Really? Okay.
I don't have an issue with them.
It's not that I wanted these people to steal my video. It's that I knew.
I'm sorry, but like, there's literally Creed and Nickelback are the goats. Listen, you're memeing. I would listen to them before I listened to fucking Korn, unironically. The first time I saw this, I laughed so hard I couldn't fucking breathe, okay? I know I'm going to get fucking copyrighted for this shit, but Tron can deal with that. The fucking stupidest fucking shit I've ever seen in my entire goddamn life in any fucking song, bar none. bar none. Okay. Hell yeah, I dare you to insulate it? What does that mean? Wait, I assumed it was a good guys versus bad guys or perceived power imbalance thing. No, they just don't believe in anything that would allow someone to have ownership over property. And because it's intellectual property rights are property rights. And because they are property rights, socialists hate them because they don't think that there should be individual property rights. They think that the property rights should be cascaded out to the entire society. Yeah. Sorry, typo. Yeah, but I don't know what else you could be trying to say. Anyways.
They would. I knew they would.
Emulate it. No.
Watch the entire video, add little to no commentary, react to it instantly, giving them no time to form an opinion. The trap was set, and it worked even better than I imagined it would. We captured pretty much every large stream.
Yeah. Insulate means to keep something separated from something else. Immolate means to set something on fire. And emulate means to copy something. Yeah. So I would immolate it. I would, yeah, burn it until it was ashes, but
Streamer reacting to it in its entirety immediately after it was published. Now the thing is,
hold on, let's go back just a little bit.
And it was in this setting
no more new metal.
that I formulated an idea. What if I could make a long-form, irresistible piece of content that I knew that these streamers couldn't resist? They couldn't avoid the temptation of watching it the second it was published.
I don't have an issue with them.
It's not that I wanted these people to steal my video. It's that I knew they would. I knew they would watch the entire video, add little to no commentary.
Oh my God. Was it a whole PSYOP, like Gigabrain 3D, 4D chess? I'm sorry. I don't believe this was the fucking, okay, hold on. Let me pay full attention here.
An idea. What if I could make a long-form, irresistible piece of content that I knew that these streamers couldn't resist? They couldn't avoid the temptation of watching it the second it was published.
I don't have an issue with them.
It's not that I wanted these people to steal my video. It's that I knew they would. I knew they would watch the entire video, add little to no commentary, react to it instantly, giving them no time to form an opinion.
Who is on the far left right here? Who the fuck is this? Do I know who this person is? It's Denims. We got Frogan. Who the fuck is this? What's a girl? That's what Caseytron looks like? I guess I like the only pictures I've seen from her are not from her actual stream setup. Well, Internet Gas isn't English first language. They're ESL. So once you become famous, you got to remember Vince William. You got to remember Vince William for being the sole commenter on this stream. What the fuck does that mean? Oh, Vince Wilson. Oh, dude. Okay, hold on. Sorry. Are you Mr. Beast? Yes.
The trap was set, and it worked even better than I imagined it would. We captured pretty much every...
Yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot that I had the short stream up. There's going to be a bunch of people who have no idea who the fuck... Yeah. Yeah. I used to be way bigger than I am now. Now we just meme, okay? Now we don't give a fuck about anything.
Streamer reacting to it in its entirety immediately after it was published.
Hold on.
Now the thing is, there were a few people that went above and beyond to commit copyright infringement. For example, Denim sits here silently with nearly 50,000 live viewers. That's 30 times.
Well, what I want to know is how long did they
captured pretty much every large streamer reacting to it in its entirety immediately after it was...
I don't get the Vince Wilson level views anymore, okay? Those days are behind me, okay?
published. Now the thing is, There were a few people that went above and beyond to commit copyright infringement. For example, Denim sits here silently with nearly 50,000 live viewers. That's 30 times her regular viewership. She's working directly with the Snark subreddit moderators to siphon views, and their intentions couldn't be clearer.
Oh shit, wait. Did they like fuck themselves? Like I don't know anything about copyright law. I don't know anything about fair use. I know like the fucking very, 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 very basics of it because it's never really applied to me. It's like no one's ever gotten mad at me for the amount of reaction or anything like that. It is writing out like we're trying to siphon views from this. Will that fuck them? Like, because I honestly have no fucking clue. Because I could see that fucking them.
30 times her regular viewership. She's working directly with the Snark subreddit moderators to siphon views, and their intentions couldn't be clearer.
Hey everyone, we've seen a lot of comments. It says Mega Thread Content Nuke, where to watch and discussion. Hey everyone, we've seen a lot of comments about wanting to watch the nuke without showing support for H3. Several creators have mentioned they're planning to stream their reactions or post-reaction videos in the coming days. Here's a list of reactors who've supported our sub, either by engaging with us directly or citing our posts. Comrade Casey, North Star Radio, who the fuck? Central Committee. Hallucinogender dog? Gender og or OG. Hallucinogender OG. I don't know who that is. Do Not Worry Podcast and Uninformed Leftist. That's a funny name. My hot takes bring all the trolls to yard. Damn right, they're better than yours. Well, see, that's the thing. I can't deal with, like, right now, where I'm at right now, I can't deal with those kinds of people, all right? Maybe in the future, maybe in the near future, actually, I'll be able to not immediately flip out and get myself banned, but I'm not quite there yet, but I am getting closer. It took me eating 300 milligrams of THC and Rezi hyping me up for like 30 minutes before I said anything about conservatives being, So it took a lot of goading last time. I'm fine now.
Here's an excerpt from a stickied post from the Snark subreddit. Hey everyone, we've seen a lot of comments about wanting to watch the nuke without showing support for H3. Here's a list of creators who've supported our sub, either by engaging with us directly or citing our post in their critique of H3. Here they're offering these streamers as market substitutes for my work. This is the cardinal sin of copyright infringement. The Snark subreddit...
That one does seem kind of bad. Like, I could see that being a really rough piece of evidence in court. Does anybody else have any other gut feeling on that? Because my gut feeling is that feels really bad in this context.
It has been a frequent and persistent...
What do you think of Ethan suing Anarch? Who? I don't know who Anarch is.
...infringer. That's how I knew when this video came out, the Snarkers were going to encourage, promote, and push streamers to commit copyright infringement. I should thank the Snarkers, actually. Because of their predictability,
I don't know if
they
that's
acted
possible.
like double agents for us, incriminating their favorite streamers and serving them up on a golden platter. So, thank you, Snark. It's one thing for a subreddit to admit it's engaging in copyright infringement, but how do you get the streamers themselves to admit that they're stealing content?
Well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video,
themselves to admit that they're stealing content.
Like, again, like, I don't know if this hurts them in court, but when it comes to like my gut feelings based off of the very limited amount I know about fair use and copyright infringement and all that stuff on YouTube, saying shit like that, it just like feels like it's fucking you. It feels like I feel like they fucked themselves a little bit. I think one of the standards is you're creating a product that replaces the other product and harms the other person. Wait, what? What you mean to say, like, I understand what you're saying. What you're trying to say is that it doesn't actually replace the other product, right? It's just a full-on copy of the product, but they're receiving the money for it.
Well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime. If you like the
suing a subreddit, I mean, I don't know if it's even possible. It might be frivolous, but he seems like he's going full petty mode, so.
Content, if you enjoyed your time here.
It turns out they just do it for you. You couldn't cook up a more incriminating statement if you tried. Denim's the queen of self-owning. You prevail again. There's one thing about copyright you should know is that you got to register it before you publish.
Sonda, don't you want to see what Iran would do if they got the bomb? Am I curious to see what they would do with the bomb? Not really. I have a pretty good idea what they would do with the bomb. They probably just wouldn't use it. They would probably just like use it as leverage, just like Russia does.
To be eligible for statutory damages and attorney's fees, which is the main biting force of a copyright infringement lawsuit. Well, I'm happy to tell you guys now, I, Ethan Klein, have registered Hassan Piker Content Nuke with the United States Library of Congress. Some of you guys out there sweating? Even though theoretically I could.
I mean, Pirate Bay was taken down and stuff because they were linking to copyrighted works. I think we both think the exact same thing, but we're using the wrong words. One of us is using the wrong words to convey what we mean, because I can't tell where the disconnect is. Probably need an expert opinion or to read the filings. Well, I mean, I would just have to see like the. Well, actually, if someone wants to find the filings. What is this archives link? Lawyer Sondsol over here. I mean, like, I was hoping that it would just tell us what the specific code. Oh, shit. You know what? I don't care to read through this. I'm going to let someone else do it. I don't care. I'm going to watch the video. Maybe I'll read through it in a minute.
Some of you guys out there sweating? Even though theoretically I could sue a lot more.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to link, or I'm going to register all of my videos with the Library of Congress just because I fucking can. Why not? Why fucking not?
Creators and rake in millions of dollars. But the purpose of this is not financial gain. People like XQC and Asmongold may have watched the entire thing, but I would never sue them just for doing that. I don't want to chill the reaction community into fear. Actually, the opposite. I hope that we can all unite against this type of egregious behavior that not only makes us all look bad, but could destroy the commentary community as we know it.
Well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime.
The state of reaction content on Twitch is so broken, these creators feel comfortable looking right into a camera and saying outright, hey, I'm stealing this guy's content. Pay me instead of him.
That is pretty bad. I was responding to the Suo Reddit group that their actions are comparable to Pirate Bay. Oh, that would be interesting to see. I'm not sure though. What's up? Are you okay, boy? I'm super okay. Don't call me boy.
This is not a healthy environment. And with people like Hassan reacting to entire TV shows on stream, my fear is that Sony or Disney...
Yeah, that shit's pretty fucking crazy. That shit was always fucking crazy to me. I tried to do it one time and I felt uncomfortable doing. We watched fucking... Master Chef or some shit like one time on stream, me and my girlfriend, and like I felt so uncomfortable with just the idea of sitting and watching copyrighted shit like that I couldn't do it ever again.
He comes along, sues everybody, and sets a devastating precedent that could endanger our entire field. Now, before I tell you who the 3 people I'm suing are, I just want to make it clear
are they not
that they all met this very specific high bar of criteria that I set forth earlier. These people were not targeted based on their gender, their identity, their political beliefs. All 3 are on this list. In fact, they're the only 3, as far as I could tell, that reacted to the full video. Drum roll, please. Who's sweating at home, guys? Casey Tron, the queen of ripping farts and bong loads.
They do musicals. They're very musical people. Are you being serious? Dog, what do you... Look!
Oh, no. Oh, man, come on, man. Oh, man. Listen, you guys know, I'll get stupid fucking stoned on stream, okay? I'll get stupid fucking stoned on stream. But, like, I won't fucking do I won't fucking do a bong rip on stream because if I get nonverbal, I just can't, like, I think I got nonverbal high on stream one time, and it was like 3 in the morning, and there were 40 people watching, and I just, I swear to God, I was just like, this, and I just ended the stream with 40 people watching. It just raided into someone else. Oh, wait, no, I didn't even raid into someone else. I just ended the stream and said, and then typed into the chat, I'm too high. Sorry, guys. Go to this person. She smokes so much she barely gets high anymore. Well, and you know what? To be fair, I need a tea break too. Okay, but apparently subreddits are not inherently safe from copyright issues. Posting copyrighted material on Reddit without permission can lead to copyright strikes, content removal, and even account suspension. Reddit has a policy against copyright infringement. Well, can you sue the individual users? Is the thing? That's the
you
question.
think I made this?
Frogan, who, bless her soul, she's still rising.
Can I walk away and use the bathroom? Do I have permission? Can I use the bathroom, please? I'll leave it playing.
Apparently thinks Twitch is liable for me interviewing a Yemeni teenager who's only known genocide his entire life.
What happened?
Wow, man. And you don't even have the wireless earphones to justify, like, I've been listening while I've been pissing? Man. They're using 17. Thank you so much, Cat Tricks, because I would not do. I'm simply just not in the mood anymore to do this sort of deep dive bullshit. Oh, also, I forgot to do this. Where is... Okay. So... 17 U.S. Code, section... Or... What does that mean? Sorry. No, I have to search it. Section sign. That's what I thought it meant. Section 504. Remedies for infringement, damages, and profits. A. In general, except as otherwise provided by this title, an infringer of copyright is liable for either 1. The copyright owner's actual damages, any additional profits of the infringer as they provided by subsection B, or 2. Statutory damage as provided by subsection C. B. Actual damage and profits. The copyright owner is entitled to recover the actual damages suffered by him or her as a result of the infringement and any profits of the infringer that are attributable to the infringement and are not taken into account in computing the actual damages. Okay, so the copyright owner is entitled to recover the actual damage suffered by him or her as a result of the infringement. So they're able to get the money that was earned by the other person as a result of the copyright infringement. And any profits of the infringer that are attributable to the infringement and are not taken into account in computing the actual damages. So I guess that would be things like, now I could be, I'm just going to read the whole thing, okay? So that I can fully grasp, right? Is it really just section? I believe so. Yeah, it's section. It's typically read as section or section number, according to Wikipedia. Yeah. Fuck you guys. All right. Yeah, so I assume that the second part there, the any profits of the infringer that are attributable to the infringement and not taken into account in computing the actual damages, I would assume those are like donos and shit. I would assume. In establishing the infringer's profits, oh wait, maybe not, is required to present proof only of the infringer's gross revenue, and the infringer is required to prove his or her deductible expenses and the elements of profit attributable to factors other than the copyrighted work. Statutory damages, except as provided by Clause 2 of this section, and this is the section that they're specifically citing, so we're going to read the first section, and then the second section is the part that we're actually concerned with, I believe, here. So, statutory damages, except as provided by Clause 2 of the subsection, the copyright owner may elect at any time before final judgment is rendered to recover, instead of actual damages and profits, an award of statutory damages for all infringements involved in the action, with respect to any one work for which any one infringer is liable individually, or for which any two or more infringers are liable jointly and severally in a sum of not less than $750 or more than $30,000 as the court considers just. Damn. For the purposes of this subsection, all the parts of a compilation or derivative work constitute one work. So the maximum under subsection C, section 1, would be $30,000. He's doing section 2. So let's see what the maximum is there. In a case where the copyright owner sustains the burden of proving and the courts find that infringement was committed willfully, the court in its discretion may increase the award of statutory damages to a sum of not more than $150,000. And in a case where the infringer sustains the burden of proving and the court finds that such infringer was not aware and had no reason to believe that his or her act constituted infringement of copyright, the court in its discretion may reduce the award of statutory damages to a sum of not less than $200. Okay. I don't think the rest of this part. Wait, hold on. Let me read this. Court shall remit statutory infringer believed and had reasonable grounds for believing that his or her use of the copyrighted work was fair use under section 107. Okay, so it sounds like they actually kind of did fuck themselves by saying those things like, I'll keep it playing. Do I have permission? Is it okay? You're taking money away from him. You're taking views away. They've said those things. So the willful part does seem kind of rough to them. Okay, let me just read the second part. The court shall remit, if they believed they had reasonable grounds for believing that his or her use of copyrighted work was fair use under section 107, if the infringer was either an employer, agent of a nonprofit educational institution, library, or archives acting within the scope of his or her employment, or such institution, library, or archives itself, which infringed by reproducing the work in copies or phono records, or 2, a public broadcasting entity which or a person who, as a regular part of a nonprofit, why do I keep on getting so many fucking calls today? Jesus Christ. Who, as a regular part of the nonprofit activities of a public broadcasting, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so yeah, that part doesn't, it's just this first part. And so he's going for the hardcore. Well, yeah, I know that, Drawn. I'm just saying, well, actually, I don't know what that's responding to. So, okay, let's keep watching the video with that in mind. So the fact that they have said, those things kind of seems like, based off of the very little that I know, kind of seems like they've fucked themselves a little bit. Yeah. Yes, you can sue individual users on Reddit for copyright infringement. However, it can be challenging to identify and locate the user for legal proceedings, especially if they are anonymous.
Still rising.
Can I walk away and use the bathroom? Do I have permission?
Yeah, that was really fucking stupid of her.
Can I use the bathroom, please? I'll leave it playing.
And the sad thing is, like, honestly, almost every single person in this space or who streams has done this shit. Like, I say that I haven't for the simple fact that, like, it's just not really something that I do. Who even watches Frogan? Like 100 people. I don't know how she has so much, how she's in the news so much when she is like literally 100 viewer Andy. Actually, is that still true? As of like the beginning of the drama, let's see, Twitch tracker Frogan. No, average viewers is 90, 95. For down 10%, like the peak of her, like, was it 2022 or was it, yeah, July 2024 when she was fighting with Ethan the most? What is, oh, that is average viewers. So maybe not. Maybe average viewers was 104. Oh, her highest was up here, September 2022. What was going on back then? October 2023. So October 7th, 2023. She's been hovering around like the 250 to 300-ish. And now she's down to the hundreds. She picked back up in November of 2024. That was probably, was that when his first nuke was? One second. Let me go to here. I'm actually so curious. I'm so curious. 4 months ago. No, constant nuke Hassan Piker would have been what, February? Wait, hold on, I can just fucking click on the video and look at the January 31st, 2025. Okay, so it wasn't even that. I wonder what happened in November. Damn. All right. I think the smart thing is to show your own content on your breaks. Yeah, I mean, like, that would be, I think that that's the smart move because it actually shows your content, right?
Apparently thinks Twitch is liable for me interviewing a Yemeni teenager who's only known genocide his entire life.
What happened?
And Denim's the queen of self-owning. And my God, is she the queen of that?
It's very obvious from the way that guy's talking, he's a Sneeko fan.
Oh my God, bro, I love you. Can I give you a hug, bro?
I'm so sweaty, bro.
I love you, bro.
Did we ever get any more information on this poor guy?
Is she the queen of that?
It's very obvious from the way that guy's talking, he's a Sneeko fan.
Oh my God, bro.
Is it not actual because of some sort of de minimis doctrine? Well, it probably, it's just not worth it. It's not worth it for either party unless you just really fucking hate. Like people don't take it to court because you have to make a copyright claim on them and then they have to respond to that. If they want to keep their video up, then you can take them to court, right? But I think it's just like people don't really want to go through with the lawsuits.
And Denim's the queen of self-owning. And my God, is she the queen of that?
It's very obvious from the way that guy's talking, he's a Sneeko fan.
Oh my God, bro, I love you. Can I give you a hug, bro?
I'm so sweaty, bro.
I love you, bro.
None of the hostages that have been released so far have said that they have been raped. The hostages have public statements. You can go look at them.
The sexualist.
What
The
statements?
hostages have public statements. None of the hostages that have been released so far have said that they have been raped. The hostages have public statements. You can go look at them.
The sexual assault I experienced should never happen to any human being.
This Yemeni kid is just a Yemeni kid with a...
It really is like quite blackpilling to know that, you know, for like, because it is really hard to explain to people. When I look at like the average leftist, right, I see someone who generally means well. They don't like it when people are hateful assholes. They want people to be nice, generally speaking. Like that's like the underlying, like everything is built off of why can't we just be nice, right? And so like that, it sucks to like fight with those people. In my opinion, it always has sucked to fight with those people because they do mean well. And it's hard to explain that I also mean well, right? And then there are people like these horrible, just demonic fucking people who will deny rapes if they happen to people that they politically disagree with. And it's like, man, how do I explain to like the average normie, the average, dem, that is fed up with the leftist bullshit, that like they generally mean well, but damn, there are some really bad actors who are the thought leaders, It's these people unironically make it I think that people like Hassan and people like Denims make working with online creators impossible for the Democrats because these are the most popular creators and they're saying shit like this. And the progressives that were associating with them can't associate with them anymore. Why can't they associate with them anymore? Because it went from just like being like tepid baby, like dumb, drooling socialists to we hate the Jews because they support Israel. I agree Denims is out there. Parents of freed Hamas hostages give details of ordeal. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't need to go through and, like, prove to everyone in my chat that people were raped or, anything like that. I don't feel the need to, like, go through and read all those fucking horror stories, right? I've seen enough evidence from, international groups, from the UN, from, independent observers and fact checkers who have all said, yes, there is credible evidence of sexual violence on October 7th. So I don't, just like I was immediately subjected to the live leaks coming out during October 7th, right? I don't want to go back and view that again because it was really, really fucking horrible. I don't like viewing footage of the bombs dropping in Gaza because it's really fucking horrible, obviously. And I don't like hearing accounts of people getting raped because it's fucking horrible, right? And so, like, there are some things to just not become desensitized, It's also like the thing that happens with police shootings. I don't want to become desensitized to the deaths of black men. I don't want to become desensitized to the brutal murder of people in Israel. And I don't want to, like, I stopped viewing any of the videos that came out of Ukraine, right? I stopped looking at any of the videos that came out of October 7th, and I stopped looking at videos that came out of Gaza. And there's a reason for it. And it's not because I'm trying to shield, myself from the reality. I can get the information about the reality from places that will allow me to maintain my humanity. That's at least like the worry that I have, is that if you sit there and you just watch people get fucking murdered and you watch live leaks all fucking day long, I think that there is something that happens to you psychologically. You probably do get desensitized to that shit. And I don't want that to happen to me. Real Scumbag says, I'm MAGA. Wow, with a name like that, who could have guessed? It doesn't matter if they raped 1,000 people on the 7th. No one cares because they all think Israelis are evil and deserve it, e.g. baby settlers. Yeah, I know. Which is, it's one of those things that the more I've been touching grass and the less I engage online, right? Because like I talked about this a lot. I fucking hate streaming, but I also love streaming because I get to talk about this stuff, right? And I get to talk to people on stream and stuff. I like to stream, but I don't like anything online anymore. The politics are just stupid. It's way more stupid than I could have imagined. You get so hyped up as a young man, seeing all the like new different ways that we could do things, that you forget that we are doing things in a certain way right now, and they could just like be like fixed a little bit. Okay, listen, I don't know who the fucking real scumbag guy is. He's annoying the fuck out of me. I don't know what his deal is. He can come back in 10 minutes. And I'm getting distracted and losing my train of thought just because he's saying stupid shit. Let me finish what I'm talking about, and then you can schizo out again. What was I saying? Oh yeah, but like the more that I touch grass, the more I realize like this stuff. Hey guys, he did dating panels for some political. Wait, real scumbag. Oh, maybe I recognize the name. Maybe. But I just want to get through this thought so that I can watch the rest of the video. I'm not like actually mad at him. I just need to get through my fucking thought. So anyways, yeah, the more that I take a step back from online politics, the more I realize that, yeah, this shit isn't normal. This shit isn't okay. He's the black guy with the pink cat ears. Does he? I don't remember pink cat ears. Does he have dreads? I can't fucking fully remember. If he's who I think he is, then he's a cool dude. I just need to finish my thought. Quit you too, Parallax. If you weren't a mod, I would have fucking timed you out too. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, yeah, this shit is not normal. This shit is not, it shouldn't be normalized. And in the real world, people don't do this. People don't sit there and deny the rapes. You know, the people that I'm around the most are more left-leaning than me, right? And I can tell that they're more left-leaning than me. I've never heard them say anything approximating this shit. This shit isn't normal. This shit isn't real life. And the more that I am maturing, the more that I've, meet people in real life and talk to people and spend less time around these kinds of people, the more I realize, holy shit, this is such an unbelievably small microcosm that actually talk about the things, like lots of people know who Hassan is, right? But nobody knows about the shit that he's talking about. Nobody knows about his coverage of Israel-Palestine out in the real world. My older brother and little brother, my little brother might actually watch Hassan now, so I'm a little bit worried about that. Okay, so I'm gonna have to have some talks with my little brother. But like my older brother, he knows who Hassan is. He likes Hassan. He does not know anything about what Hassan has said about October 7th because I had to talk to him about that. I had to like show him clips of the fucking rape denial. He didn't know that. Now he doesn't ever reference Hassan Piker, right? Because in the real world, if you deny like rapes that have been corroborated by multiple other fucking organizations, people look at you like you're a fucking freak. Tell me when I'm free to speak so I can roast you for this. Okay, now I finished my my full thought, and you can untime out the real retard guy. Okay.
The gun is not a Houthi, and there is no proof of him being a Houthi.
Are you a soldier? Yes. That seems pretty definitive.
He never said Hassan Nasrallah was a good guy.
I can't believe I'm calling Nasrallah base.
Let me go back.
Human being.
This Yemeni kid is just a Yemeni kid with a gun and is not a Houthi, and there is no proof of him being a Houthi.
Are you a soldier? Yes. That seems pretty definitive.
He never said Hassan Nasrallah was a good guy.
I can't believe I'm calling Nasrallah base. I mean, listen.
Now for the fun part. Let's take a look at the complaints. And let's start with my favorite of the three, the very own, the prestigious, the highly acclaimed, the highly analytical Casey Tron.
A lot of people have been wanting to watch this without necessarily supporting Ethan Klein. So we're going to watch it.
Well, that's a really dumb thing to say,
Sorry,
don't you?
I was untiming
analytical
scumbag.
Casey Tron.
A lot of people have been wanting to watch this without necessarily supporting Ethan Klein. So we're going to watch it.
Well, that's a really dumb thing to say, don't you think? Why are you so comfortable? We've given each
Why are you
complaint
so
a clever
comfortable?
little title, and here's Casey-tron's. She smoked more than she spoke. Casey-tron smokes
Jesus
42
Christ.
times during her reaction. And just as a silly thought...
Hold on. Now, I'm not in a position to criticize others on their consumption of, cannabinoids. Okay? I'm not in a position to criticize. 42 bong rips? It can't possibly be 42 bong rips, right? Because that's a fucking lot. Imagine being so crippled by ADHD you can't ignore a fucking chat message. Hey, guess what?
experiment, we thought, wouldn't it be funny if she spent more time smoking than she did talking? And thinking there was no way that that could be true. Well,
yeah, she ain't getting high if she's smoking that much. Talk about beta can't do 45 rips. Bro, I can't remember the last time I took a rip off of a fucking bong, okay? I'm a fucking... Listen, I didn't become a stoner until I was 28 years old. Okay? Maybe 27. I was fucking, incredibly, relatively straight edge for the majority of my life, okay? My dad was a fucking preacher, okay? So, yeah, 42 bong rips is fucking crazy. Hold on, 1 second. I gotta go ask a question. 1 second. Give me just 2 seconds. I gotta go ask a question. All right, if you want the answer to that, wait for 5 more seconds while I go and take a piss and get something to drink. In the interim, background music. Wait, come on, load. Really? Is the whole thing just froze? Yeah, here we go. Nope, it's just froze. This is so freaking ridiculous. I just want to pee. Does that help? Refresh. Fuck it. Okay, I'm just going to pee and get some Coke Zero, okay? You guys entertain yourselves. Okay. We are back. Maybe we're back. Why do I have 5 people in my DMs right now? Hey, fuck you, Parallax. Still timed out, cuck.
Well, we tallied them up, and lo and behold, there's 15 minutes 40 seconds of commentary versus 18 minutes and 55 seconds of smoking. She spent 3 minutes and 15 seconds longer smoking than she did talking in her quote-unquote reaction.
Wait, hold on. I need to... Hold on. Let me fix my shit a little bit right quick.
Get absolutely monked, idiot. Vivance is your daddy.
You had to spend $4.20 to do that, so I don't even care. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm going to be updating the what do you call it? The alerts and shit. So if you guys have videos or anything, either from the archives of Sondsol, or that would be just like funny alerts, then please link them in the Discord. All right, let's keep watching.
And whatever talking she did was just to express how confused she could be times during her reaction. And just as a silly thought experiment, we thought, wouldn't it be funny if she spent more time smoking than she did talking? And thinking there was no way that that could be true. Well, we tallied them up, and lo and behold, there's 15 minutes 40 seconds of commentary versus 18 minutes and 50.
How long is the fucking content nuke? It's almost 2 hours long. You can't speak for more than 15 minutes about anything going on there?
55 seconds.
Hold on. In the course of... Wait, hold on. Let's do some quick maths, okay? We've got an hour and 42 minutes, 1 hour and 42 minutes for the content nuke, okay? And then plus 19 minutes for the full smoke clips, and then plus, we'll round it down for that one, 16 minutes. So I'm just like so curious, in the course of like how much time did she have to smoke 42 bong rips? So 1 second. Two hours and 7 minutes. So in the course of 2 hours and 7 minutes, that is 127 minutes divided by 42. I'll just use a fucking calculator for this. I don't care. So in the course of 127 minutes divided by 42 bong rips. That's a bong rip every 3 minutes? Holy fucking shit. Imagine you sit down, and this wouldn't even give you the full experience of what she did. Imagine you sit down and listen to your favorite playlist, and after every song, you take a full fucking bong rip. That's what she did for over 2 hours. Holy fucking shit. That's fucking insane. Oh my God. Do they do that math in here? Because that's crazy work.
Of smoking. She spent 3 minutes and 15 seconds longer smoking than she did talking in her quote-unquote reaction. And whatever talking she did was just to express how confused she was, presumably from smoking 42 times.
That was me during that conversation with Rezi last stream.
What is happening? I'm trying to follow. I've lost the plot.
The complaint continues. Indeed, Casey Tron is often too obliterated to comment on.
I can't believe they used the word obliterated in their court filing. I feel like that's bad form, but oh well. here you can get an ounce of weed for like 15, 20 bucks. Well, I'm not commenting. I don't know what her financial situation is. I don't care how much money she spent. I mean, honestly, that is a crazy, it would be a crazy amount of money no matter what, but like still, like it's the quantity, man. It's the quantity. That's a fuckload of, that's just a lot of weed by volume.
On the nuke, and instead stares blankly at her computer screen. In a span of 2 hours and 7 minutes, Casey Tron smokes marijuana, frequently in highly concentrated forms through vaporizers, on 42 separate occasions. At one point, Casey Tron is so wasted that she states, quote, "What is happening? I'm trying to follow, but I've lost the plot."
I'm suggesting she's poor. She's buying cheap. Oh, okay, got you. Do you think that that was a lack of impulse control? That was very deliberate action. Yeah, I don't like. I'm sorry if you think that that was not intentional. There you go.
To give you an idea, the majority of her commentary comes down to this.
I don't understand this bit
Oh my
that
God. Okay,
he's
so
doing.
it wasn't all bong rips. Luckily, it wasn't all bong rips. Okay. Jesus Christ. That's still a hit or a rip every 3 minutes. I smoke a lot during my stream. Okay, but do you like? No, this is a lot. Okay, I don't have much room to speak, but like, that's a fucking lot, dude.
To this.
It's like it's like, you know, like everyone will drink, but then like you have that one friend that drinks too much, and they're like, oh well, well you like I drink and you drink, like what's the big deal? It's like, yeah, but you're doing it like way too much. You're doing like a lot at once, man, and that's a problem. This is a visual illustration of Casey ripping one every time.
You stop make bing bong.
Okay, I'm sorry. No more. We gotta finish this.
I don't understand this bit that he's doing.
He's read more books than you could ever imagine.
What the fuck is she smoking out of there?
CPM's coming out of Qatar.
What the hell
You
is
kids
going
love anime,
on?
right?
What the fuck is that? I don't know if you know how like dabs measure out, but people do not do them 1 gram at a time. That's not normal behavior. I'm just a moron. I don't know. I've never done a dab ever. So that's a volcano vaporizer? I've never even heard of that. Yeah, okay. Okay. $600? $700? So for you had one parallax. Log vapor. Listen, I'm like a bro, I just go to the fucking smoke shop and I get edibles, okay? And I eat an edible, and sometimes it's a 20 milligram one, and sometimes it's a 200 milligram one. And I don't have any impulse control, so I'll eat several of them, okay? I would never spend $700 on a fucking weed vaporizer. That's like, if you spend money on a volcano hybrid vaporizer for $700, especially if you do it in 4 payments of $174, you have a fucking problem. This is fucking crazy land. You are making your, Like, it's like, you know, when people are like buying expensive scotches or expensive whiskeys and shit, at least like there's like a classiness about it. This isn't classy. This isn't, man, you know what? We need to move on. We just need to keep on watching the video. Jesus Christ, dude. At the time I had, okay. That is class. More efficient for way less. Okay, gotcha. That is classy. Oh, parallax. Man, bro, that's like you saying this is classy. It's like me going down, visiting my family in southern Arkansas, them like zhuzhing themselves up and getting ready to go out because they're going to eat at Chili's. Like, bro. Oh my God. Ten times longer to make. Thank you, Cat Trick. Someone gets it.
He's red.
Classy within the context of marijuana? Okay, if you're saying within the context of... Don't just say it's classy then. Don't just say classy. Fuck you.
More books than you could ever imagine.
What is happening? I'm trying to follow. I've lost the plot.
It's a little embarrassing for me to be high on stream, okay? Because I'm almost 30 years old. Like, to me, it feels a little embarrassing to be high on stream, but I just don't care because, like, this isn't my real life, right? Man, maybe I'm just like I know that I have, like, if I was like one of the 7 deadly sins, it would probably be pride, and then it would be lust. Okay, I have an ego and I like fucking, but like, so maybe it's that. Maybe I just have like too much pride and I don't want people to see me like people see her. But this is crazy to me. As a 37-year-old, fuck you. Okay. Why is Parallax like this? Let me see.
I'm not toxic. I'm classy. So I'm toxic. I'm not toxic. I'm
That's
classy.
Parallax for sure.
They do musicals. They're very musical people. Are you being serious?
Also, if I started coughing like that, I think that would be like the embarrassment right there. If I was like hacking up a lung because it took a hit bad, like that would be really embarrassing. Okay.
Dog, what do you look? You think I made this? This isn't a music video, Hassan.
And as dumb as all of that is, this is the part that really got her sued.
A lot of people have been wanting to watch this without necessarily supporting Ethan Klein. So we're gonna watch it. What the fuck is going on here?
Stating outright that her intention of doing this is...
Imagine doing porn. Yeah, I know. Okay, that's what, like, I went and like, because again, I grew up pretty straight edge. Like, and that's just like a consequence of, you know, and so I didn't know that many stoners, right? I didn't know that many stoners until I was in my mid-20s, okay? And I had to go get some perspective. It's not normal. This is not a normal amount of weed, all right? You guys can't convince me this is a normal amount of weed.
So that people who don't want to support me can watch it through her is why copyright infringement laws exist. You could not and should not do that, especially if your commentary consists of you taking bong loads. At least try to engage with the content. Whoa, what was that?
I'm a pretty normal stoner and you're wrong. I feel like that's what alcoholics say. Like, I'm a pretty, like, I drink alcohol about as much as like the next person. Like, I don't think I'm like overdoing it at all. Like, that's what you sound like right now. If you think that was a normal amount.
Oh, sorry. That was a flying star. It almost got me. You know her and you love her, guys. Frogan. Reaction by exiting. Here she is getting up to leave the video running as she steps out of the room. Is that transformative? I guess the judge will decide. She said, quote, "It's time to watch the new nuke ethically. Hell yeah." Very smart to say on camera, by the way. She said, quote, "Thank you guys so much. I do appreciate everyone's support. And thank you for watching it with me." Well, you are so welcome, and I'm so glad that you were able to enjoy that day. Her commentary is so non-existent that even her own fans begin to call her out.
I don't have anything to say, dude, because he's cycling the same fucking points over and over again. What more commentary do you need on him repeating the same fucking points for the whole first hour and 1 minute and 32 seconds?
Jesus Christ. Wait, hold on.
Begin to call her out.
The stuttering actually fucking reset my brain. I have to hear what she said again.
Okay. Her commentary is so non-existent. Welcome, and I'm so glad that you were able to enjoy that day. Her commentary is so non-existent that even her own fans begin to call her out.
I don't have anything to say, dude, because he's cycling the same fucking points over and over again. What more commentary do you need on him repeating the same fucking points for the whole first hour and 1 minute?
Oh man, I just like, this is my totally uninformed opinion. This is my totally not, I'm not a smart person. Okay, I'm not a lawyer. And so someone could come along and change my mind pretty easily on this if they know more about the law than me. But it feels like they might have fucked themselves. It's because, like, in any normal, drama situation, what this amount of, going through people's video and the way that they are, like, in a normal drama situation, probably wouldn't be that big of a deal. But, like, you've effectively radicalized this guy into hunting you down for sport, and he has way more money than you, and he can litigate you into financial ruin if he so chooses. And it seems like they have given him a lot of ammunition. Minute
and 32 seconds. It's been the same shit over and over again. This video could have been condensed into 20 fucking minutes. Like, what commentary do you want me to add by, like, oh, this guy's a fucking idiot, he's mentally ill, and he's having a mental breakdown, and uploaded it to fucking YouTube? Are you gonna make at least one good point? What do you want me to make a point on?
Oh, I forgot. She also said, "Can I use the bathroom, please? I'll leave it playing." You may use the bathroom, Frogan, although I don't advise it.
Can I use the bathroom, please? I'll leave it playing.
This into your stomach. And let me state the obvious. Jew and
apparently thinks Twitch is liable for me interviewing a Yemeni teenager who's only known genocide his entire life.
What happens?
And they were fucking talking about.
But you just pause it. That's it. You just pause the video, right? Like, you get up and you go to the bathroom. You just pause it. They should be watching for you. But if you get up to go to the bathroom and they keep watching my video, they're clearly not watching for you, right? As lazy and pathetic as her reaction is, this is...
Yeah, and Frogan, you could be condensed into a size 12. Wait, what did she just say?
Stomach. And
you could
be watching for you, right? Yeah. As lazy and pathetic as her reaction is, this is not why she's getting sued. This is.
Thank you guys so much. I do appreciate everyone's support. And thank you for watching it with me. First time viewer, time to watch the nuke ethically? Hell yeah. I found my way from Reddit. Hi guys, welcome Reddit people. Reddit people.
Oh shit, if this is how he ropes in the Reddit people, then... Yeah. Is he still in the drama scene? Kevin, if listen, you obviously have not been keeping up with whatever's going on here. This is you're like 2 years deep into this drama, okay? Jesus Christ.
Oh, I came from the H3 Snark Reddit. Ethan is so pathetic while Hassan is in Japan. I'm bothered, having a great time. Exactly. We're gonna watch it live, yes.
He doesn't want people to know when it's dropping because we're all watching through other streamers. And I suggest you all watch it through other people as well.
It's the stated malicious intent to steal. They talk about watching ethically, but I learned not to steal when I was 5. Up next is Denims. And honestly, just take a look at this, guys. It's a nightmare on Denim Street. Not only did she chair react, but she was kind enough to write her name right at the top just so that we knew that she was stealing my content and it was her room and nobody else's. Judge, did you know that we're on Denim Street right now? Here's some quotes from Denims. "We're relying on you to stay live so we don't have to give the nuke views. Yeah, I'm gonna stream it. Since he's confirmed it's coming out today, I'm gonna stream it." That is very explicit. Denim said, quote, Well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, give me...
Listen, at a certain point, they just say the same things over and over. What do you want me to say, Cat Tricks? What do you want me to say? They loop on the same 3 points over and over. I'm just kidding. But like, at the end of the day, I don't think it's, the best thing to make fun of people's appearance. I don't think it's like the thing that we should be doing. But like also, because like you're right, they've said pretty fucking horrible things. We could just attack them for that. But like the drama has gone so far past, they're not engaging in drama because they just dislike Ethan's political takes, right? They're engaging in drama because they fucking hate Ethan. And so yeah, he's going to deal with it like that. Oops. 1 second. After all the Leafy is here drama, dude, that was when I first got onto YouTube. That was the first like YouTube like thing that I saw, because everything before then was like Family Guy clips or music videos. And then when I was in my first year of college, maybe second year of college, that was going on. So make no mistake, I'm a fat piece of shit. I just don't think she deserves more effort. Fair.
A follow, subscribe, throw a prime.
Oh yeah, also like the fact that they like went after his fucking kids like pretty aggressively. I still don't like the fact that it feels pretty insane to me that there's so much in like reading into Ethan's headspace, but like and like trying to, what it feels like is, I don't know why I'm giving commentary on this. They just lie. They do shit to Ethan and they lie about it. And it's like pretty fucking like obvious that like someone from the Snark communities probably called CPS on his family. It was like right after they like all of the things in sequence add up to it, more likely than not being someone from the Snark, or I don't think it was directly one of the content creators, to be honest. But like someone there, these communities are fucking insane. And these people don't hold their people to account. And when you don't hold your people to account, literally ever, eventually shit like that's going to happen. And then you're going to piss someone off and you're going to get your life financially ruined for it. And I can't say I feel any sympathy for these people when they like, I don't care as much about this drama so much as like a lot of other people in the space, but I am a little bit more on Ethan's side. I'm a lot more on Ethan's side. He's obviously crashing out pretty hardcore. And he's suing these people, and he said some stuff that was pretty fucking crazy or just like inaccurate, or I don't agree with everything that he says, but fuck, man, they've really, really gone after him and his wife and his fucking kids in some of the most like fucking deranged, like hunting Gila down in a video game and saying, "Oh, I'm gonna find her, I'm gonna kill her. Oh, look, that's another IDF Jew." Blah 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 blah. Like these people are fucking insane, and it makes me uncomfortable when people defend them. It truly does. They literally went after his kids. It's so like he does not care anymore. He's probably going to financially ruin these people. And I don't know if he has any legal basis, but he has more money than all three of those people combined in their wildest dreams.
If you like my content. And said, quote, "Well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, give me a follow, subscribe, throw a prime if you like my content." Your content? The Queen of Self-Own included a countdown timer so we could tell exactly.
She called it her content. Bro. I think these people are just retarded. No, it's not retardation. It's thinking you're playing one game They thought they were playing one game, and Ethan has started a new game, and they didn't realize that they were roped into it. It's clever. It works. Yeah, I mean, I think it might be over for them. I'm gonna wait. Hold on. Let me actually look at Discord. I'm curious to see where the. Oh yeah, it's fucking okay. I have too many fucking screens and windows open. Is Rezi live? No, Rezi is not live. Or at least he's not in his so I was curious to see if if we go here and we just see who is live. Is Rezi? No, Rezi's not live. Because he would be the person I would go to ask a question about it. Okay.
Your content.
Who has more money, Hassan or Ethan? I would my gut reaction would be Ethan, easy. Ethan Klein net worth 20 million versus 8 million, possibly. Or as of 2024 is estimated to be about 2.6 million. $4 million. Whatever it is significantly less than whatever it just. This one's saying $25 million. 20 million. So most places are saying about 20 million. Shut up, sourcing. Chill. Hold on. I don't know if that will get me in trouble. Okay. Hold on. Oh, wait. I don't want to time out. I can just delete. Oops. Chill. Fucking retard. Time out. That's how it is. Okay. Sourcing. Fucking stupid bastard.
Queen of Self-Own included a countdown timer so we could tell exactly how long she was away. After being gone for a few minutes, she returns and then sits silently for another couple of minutes eating.
I'm gonna go pee, and hopefully, when I'm back, they're done with this.
Tron, can you link that to me? Send that to me in DMs because I've not heard about that at all, and I feel like I would have heard about that if that was happening. Yeah, I don't know what you're even talking about. You have said far worse recently about Gibbs. Yeah, but he deserves it. And also, like, what I'm more concerned about is the TOS. Okay, you're not allegedly, but is his Twitch? No, yeah, you are a Twitch viewer, of course. I'm sure I'll get that in a second. Okay, hold on. Focusing. We are watching this, okay?
After being gone for a few minutes, she returns and then
go back.
Your content? The Queen of Self-Own included a countdown timer so we could tell exactly how long she was away. After being gone for a few minutes, she returns and then sits silently.
What does that mean? Countdown
for another couple of minutes eating.
I'm gonna go pee, and hopefully, when I'm back, they're done with this.
Oh no, it's an actual timer just showing how long she's showing
All
his
right.
content.
You do look better.
Mr. 305. I see it.
Dude, you should do this.
I have an alternate.
We're relying on you to stay live so we don't give more views on the nuke. Yeah, I'm gonna stream it. Since he confirmed it's coming out today, we're gonna stream it. If you want to watch it with someone else who's already watching it, you know, come enjoy the watch party somewhere else. If you enjoyed not giving any views.
Oh man. It could be GG. In a case where the copyright owner sustains the burden of proving and the court finds that infringement was committed willfully, the court in its discretion may increase the award of statutory damages to a sum of not more than $150,000. They would have to prove that they didn't intentionally, that they did not willfully, to get a damage of not less than $200. $200. Hey, listen. I don't want people in chat that are just going to like gaslight me, okay? Don't fucking gaslight me. Are these people actually cooked? Is there like it actually kind of seems like they might be kind of fucked because they're going to have to deal with like the legal fees, right? So the minimum amount of money that they're spending, right, is going to be a lot. It's not going to be like, you know, a couple of tens of thousands of dollars. That is the fine. They're going to have to pay like tens of thousands of dollars in attorney fees probably too. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. Is this regarding H3 Snark? Well, Denims. I don't know. He hasn't said anything about the suing the Reddit yet. Although people have said that he's going to be suing the Reddit, which I don't know how that works, but
views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime if you like the content, if you enjoyed your time here. Because I'm going to be honest, I did not want to watch that by myself.
Let me also commercialize it by asking you to reward me financially for stealing his content. That is like chef kiss. By the way, Denims had a very successful stream. She had 43,000 people watching her live. Take a look at the title of her Twitch stream. Ethan Klein Hassan Content Nuke Watch Party. A watch party? I don't think that's fair use. Now, Denims, of course, always delivering the goods. She went on this dude's podcast to debate fair use. And would you be surprised if I told you she said a lot of incriminating things in that podcast? The queen of self-own never disappoints.
I want to be clear on my opinion on like filler content and stuff. Like, I think filler content, like, you shouldn't do it. I know I do it as a React streamer. And I try.
The queen of surprised if I told you she said a lot of incriminating things in that podcast? The queen of self-own never disappoints.
I want to be clear on my opinion on like filler content and stuff. Like, I think filler content, like, you shouldn't do it. I know I do it as a React streamer. And I try to do it only when I do it with like Vox videos or Vice videos and stuff like that, because at least I'm not like directly ripping from one content creator and not like a whole team and stuff. And most of those videos have like 5 million views. I only get like 500 viewers. Like I'm taking maybe 50 views from the video. It's a lot harder to feel like, I guess, bad about that. Whereas like I would feel very bad about doing that to like a single content creator. The majority of people say that they literally wouldn't watch Hell's Kitchen unless I was streaming it. And it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm reacting hard enough. You know, I'm sure if you click on a random part in the video, I might not be saying anything, sure, whatever. And I might walk away from the screen, but it's about like the communal thing. It's why like fucking Toast started streaming Death Note. It's not about the actual show at a certain point. It's the same reason you watch shows with your friends. You want to watch it with other people. A lot of people go to watch streamers on Twitch for their React content almost as a curator. So they don't actually want to go through YouTube themselves and watch a bunch of videos. And they probably never will go through YouTube and click a bunch of videos. They like going to Twitch because they like to have it as like, this streamer is curating fun content that I want to watch.
Like, I'm sure
From the people that I've talked to, the people who watch Twitch content are specifically there to watch it so they don't have to scroll through YouTube and find a video they like. If someone watches content, I already said this, if someone watches content on someone else's stream, there is a very low likelihood that they're going to go watch it separately and give you like the view or the like, or the people who are watching content on Twitch, curated Twitch content on Twitch.
Oh yeah, that's right. She was watching Kitchen Nightmares on Twitch. That's right. I mean, like, again, like I tried to do that one time and it made me feel like uncomfortable, like watching an entire just TV show, right? Like it's like the same thing. Like it feels very uncomfortable to do like a watch party, like a watch together, like, or a Netflix party or anything like that. It doesn't feel natural to me because it's not an actual human interaction to me. You know, and so I can't imagine having fun watching Hell's Kitchen just on stream, you know?
Twitch aren't necessarily people
again
that would be watching content on YouTube.
That, my friend, is called theft. And you're a thief. And now I'm suing you. This is just a testimony to how brazen and how safe they've, you know, gotten. That she thinks she can go out in public on video and say shit like, I'm stealing this content because I want to. I'm coping even though I know it's stealing. When people watch it with me, they're definitely not going to go watch the original. Like, you are way too comfortable committing crimes out in the open. Well, there you have it. 3 separate lawsuits for 3 separate geniuses. Now, I want to make it clear again, and I hope it's been obvious about why I'm suing these 3 people and not others. These people not only violated all of the principles of fair use, they also did it maliciously. And that's the part that really got me. I think if you're a reactor on Twitch, for the most part, if you make a good faith effort to comment, and if you make a good faith effort to promote the author, to link to them, to try to drive traffic to the original video, I think you're probably pretty much doing the right thing, and that's fine. And I would never sue someone for that.
I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to inject some commentary so that I don't seem like I'm just ripping his Just kidding. No, but like I feel like so many people try to reverse engineer and like, oh, well, this is the it's like, listen, if you're going to sit there and you're going to rip someone's first, you shouldn't just rip someone's content. Second, if you are, then you should do what he's saying. But if you're going to be like sitting there and commenting on it, like, sure, like you should, like, best practices would be, but I'm not as like upsetty spaghetti about that if you're actually reacting hard to it, right? If you're actually giving the full experience of yourself turning something else into something, right? What game is that? It is called, fuck me, what is it called? Rogue Tower. Very fun. I've spent too much time on it. 94 hours.
To these 3 absolute morons to state their intention to steal my property on video. You know, and to all the detractors who are saying that I'm targeting women, that I'm a hypocrite for suing for copyright infringement, I just have this to say. I don't care. What I do hope, though,
wait, what did you say?
3 absolute morons to state their intention to steal my property on video. You know, and to all the detractors who are saying that I'm targeting women, that I'm a hypocrite for suing for copyright infringement, I just have this to say. I don't care. What I do hope, though, is that you'll support their crowdfunding efforts to defend themselves. Because let's face it, I want to make sure there's money left over for me when I win my lawsuits. Thanks for watching, everybody. It's been a great time. I'll see you around.
Oh, no, that's pretty fucking brutal. That might have been like the coldest fucking drop at the end of a fucking drama video I've ever seen. And like, at least in my time that I can remember, that was a pretty cold. That was pretty cold. That was iced out. Okay, this is Ethan right now talking to lefties.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard.
Okay, got it. Give me watch my Hassan link in content suggestions, kind of related. Okay, let me open up Discord, and I also want to open up that one and see what this is. Twitch appears to be meticulously okay. Really quick, right after I look at this. Wait, can I? Yeah, I'll open a new tab. Multi-chat on screen. Oh, well, okay. Well, it looks like we're turning off that. Where do I do that? Oh, all I would have to do is close this out, I think. And then I can test it by going to Sorry, guys. Just making sure we're following the rules. Make this a sound alert.
Adopted hometown in New York City. You see that little lady over there?
Wait, hold on.
Adopted hometown in New York City. You see that little lady over there? That is the first thing that legal immigrants saw when they came to this.
That's so fucking stupid. I mean, honestly, I'll make. You see that right there? That's what the first thing a legal immigrant sees when they come to this country. You know what? I might make if you can clip out that one little voice line, I'll make that into an alert. I think that shit's funny as fuck. Okay, 1 second. I gotta give my boy some food. My cat needs some food, so I'm gonna feed him real quick. You know what? After all of that, I'm probably not going to play any. Now I feel weird about playing music for you guys on stream. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to dump some food into the cat bowl. All right. We've got I would like you to stream to Kick, not for any real reason, but I like to download VODs from there, and we don't have to worry about deleting VODs from there ever. Okay, then I will do that. Just remind me for stream next time, okay? Could you link that video and ask you if you could differentiate it from a MAGA ad? Play the video, it's gold. Okay, well, I also want to get through some other stuff today, so.
This great country.
You can download Twitch VODs, well, from the creator side. And he's listed as an editor on Twitch, so he can go through and edit or he can view all of my hidden VODs. He can, yeah.
Virus. Adopted hometown in New York City. You see that little lady over there? That is the first thing that legal immigrants saw when they came to this great country of ours. That is the first thing my ancestors saw when they came to this country legally to embrace the American dream. Behind me is New York City, my home, the greatest city in the world, a city I came to without a penny, where I have made my fortune, where I have become a legend on Wall Street. Eddie Guerrero's people didn't get to see these sights when they came into America because they came into America in the dead of night, illegally, not to embrace the American dream.
This was a storyline in like 2005. This is so fucking crazy.
But rather to take advantage of our country. This cancer has spread throughout our heartland. Farmers once the backbone of our American economy, have now allowed themselves to become so incompetent, so lazy, they can't even feed their own family.
Okay, I'm good. All right. Is America the bad guy? Why is Hassan's picture in... What did he do?
Karen Reed.
Shut up. Oh, is it because he said something crazy about Israel-Palestine? Is there a single story in here about Hassan? What the fuck is he even in there? Also, I would love all chats to be on Kick, Twitch. When you're responding to... Well, now I can't do that, Tron. Right? You just sent me something that said... Well, okay, then we'll look at the fucking... One second. Am I being stupid, or is it like the entire reason that people are getting banned right now that you just sent me this link for is because of the TOS, Twitch Terms of Service. And then we'll find multi-stream. Simulcasting. All right, this section sets out the guidelines you must follow. Simultaneously live stream on Twitch and another service that supports live streaming of user-generated content. When you are streaming live on Twitch, the services you may simultaneously live stream or broadcast. You may, only if you ensure that the quality of Twitch users' experience of your simulcast is, at a minimum, no less than the experience of the... Okay, got you. I mostly talk to Twitch chat. Anyways, you do not provide links or otherwise direct your community to leave Twitch for your simulcast on other services because we value the community on Twitch. Okay, I don't ever do that. Okay, and so this is what people are getting yeeted for. By meticulously enforcing multi-streaming TOS, Nutty was the latest victim. I'll take the suspension, but these guidelines need to be rewritten. If someone gives us a 1K dono on YouTube, are we supposed to pretend it didn't happen? Every single stream, while streaming with the CEO? Jesus Christ. I guess it's technically a break, but come on. Multi-chat on screen. Not sure what I will do about my multi-chat widget. So in the meantime, I would recommend only using it for Twitch or at the very least turning off platform icons. And see, like that was that's kind of disappointing because I was hoping to. I haven't put any work into the actual quality of the stream for a very long time. Like alerts and shit like that, highlighting chat messages and shit. So I was planning on doing that either like in the next couple of days just for shits and giggles and get new alerts and stuff. But if I didn't realize that all the new stuff that everybody else has that was previously just not easily accessible, right? Like showing, because 2 or 3 years ago, it was really hard to get widgets that would show a highlighted chat. But now everybody fucking has that, right? Gets and shiggles, yeah. And now it feels like I have to be like super fucking careful around that, which really, really sucks. Anyways. Man, I'm just so curious. There's like nothing really happening with the news that I feel like talking about. No chat on Twitch whatsoever and all chats on Kick. Well, I don't know how to do that. You might want to change your password. It is now. Damn. How did that happen? Well, I don't have to do it right this second because I have two-factor authentication on literally fucking everything. There was someone that tried to dox me and access all of my accounts like a year into streaming. And so I fucking made sure to two-factor authenticate, fucking make sure everything's fucking hitting. Yeah. Why don't you get another extension? Well, I don't know. I don't even know what I would. No. I have uninstalled McAfee like 40 times. No, go away. It's not even open in the fucking... Jesus. Anyways. What are we watching next? What is this that you leave me? I just saw a homeless fat lady, and I've never felt more American. There's a homeless fat lady that like hangs around outside of my work sometimes, and she just like flashes the fucking all the buildings around. She just walks by and like shows her titties, and then she walks away. The other day, she like leaned into work, and she just started. She opened the door and just like waited there. And then when nobody walks through, she started screaming at me. My Hassan link is short and funny. Which Hassan link is that? Is that in Discord? This is the sound alert I mentioned.
It's a trap!
Well, maybe. Resi has like fucking 5 billion. How far up do I have to go to see the content, the Hassan thing in content suggestions? Is it? Oh, it's the Reddit link.
What? Are you denying going to a Diddy party? Of course I'm denying. This didn't happen. What are you talking about? Think. I walked into this like back like sphere Epcot looking thing in the back of like the house that P. Diddy was renting for his and was throwing after parties at Coachella, and they were playing like these crazy things for people who are high. Not me, of course. I had only eaten portobello mushrooms, and one of the images that they were playing was like this little girl, this like supposedly attractive very young girl.
I've seen this clip.
It's just like opening up a Christmas gift.
I mean, like, I don't think that he's ever like like people say that he's. I don't think that he is. Ugh. Anyways, I don't care about that. Let's see what's going on in the news. Oh, non-fun streaming. Is anybody else who's not a fucking demon streaming? No. All right, I guess we're just fucking vibing then, guys. What else are we doing?
The White House press secretary earlier was asked, what message does she have
we'll watch this
to
and then
Trump supporters who want the president to end U.S. involvement in foreign wars? Here's her response.
North Korea launching missiles? Link it. yeah, exactly. The Daily Show video is glorious. It's just like super long. It feels like something I would want to watch on my own time. I don't feel like that's like stream material. Uh-oh. North Korea launches more than a dozen rockets. The minister said, all the deals have been analyzed. Our military maintains the ability and posture to respond overwhelmingly to any provocation while paying attention to various trends in North Korea under a strong joint force. Oh. Okay. Well, what is there to cover? Like, North Korea's shooting missiles again? There's 4 paragraphs in this article for a reason. There's just like, it's kind of like trying to talk about Iran right now. Like, what am I going to say about Iran? Like, they're fucked. Cool. Like, they're shooting. I feel like my lawyer link. Yeah, I guess we can watch the lawyer link. Get your copyright destroyed. Okay. Well, okay. So let's go ahead and just choose right now. We'll watch this and then we'll get rid of all these. And then what was the other one? Oh yeah,
welcome
40-minute mark. We'll go like 3 minutes before that. Okay, we'll watch this and then we'll watch that and then we'll watch the Ted Cruz thing. So if someone could link the Ted Cruz thing, or actually I don't want to watch the whole Ted Cruz thing. Can someone link me like an edited down version? I don't want like just highlights of Ted Cruz looking bad. I just want like key moments, like a 15-20 minute edited down version.
Trust in President Trump. The White House press secretary earlier was asked, what message does she have to Trump supporters who want the president to end U.S. involvement in foreign wars? Here's her response.
Trust in President Trump. President Trump has incredible instincts, and President Trump kept America and the world safe in his first term as president in implementing a peace through.
Man, I think Trump is actually in the like most cucked position, and he put himself there. He wanted to negotiate a new Iran deal. He wanted to be like Mr. Strongman. I think that he was taken. I think Netanyahu starts bombing Iran, and that takes the Americans by surprise. Wait, hold on. No, that was the original story. Then it came out that we knew that the strikes were going to happen. Do we know how long before the strikes happened that we knew? Because that's important information. But like, because it's either we knew and we're going into negotiations with Iran. No, I think that it doesn't make sense that we would have known, because why would we still have talks with them in 3 days, right? Or 2 days later? It must have been the case that they did this without U.S. involvement. It seems like Marco Rubio wanted to say that the U.S. had no involvement. Everybody wanted to say that we didn't have any involvement until Trump was like, hold on, he's taking my spotlight from me. I was supposed to negotiate a deal. I think he's in a cucked position because he can't do either of the actions that would need to be taken. He either needs to go full force with the thing. Like at this point, it is, it is that point. Like you either have to go hard or go home. And he doesn't want to go hard and he doesn't want to go home. And half of his base wants him to go hard and half of his base wants him to go home. He's in impossible. I think he's in an impossible political situation because, and I think that the thing that would have been actually, I don't know. Like my instinct is like at this point, just finish the Ayatollahs. Like, I don't know. Like, but I also don't know what the full consequences of that would be. But like, they're about as bad as you can get. And they've been the like sole, not the sole, but like probably like 80 to 85% of the chaos in the Middle East is a direct cause from them. So like, could it get much worse when they're actively going out of their way to use as many proxy groups as possible to just kill people? Could it get worse than that? Yeah. To cover for Israel, at least that's what I've seen. I don't think that it was covering. I think that he wants, I don't think that Trump would ever cover for anyone at his own expense. Like, does that seem like a very Trump move to you? I don't think so. I think that he's just wants to be in on the action, but there's so much political blowback to jumping in on that action that they're like taking this cucked position. Like, oh, maybe in the next 2 weeks, if something doesn't happen, then we'll do something. And we're not going to say, I'm a madman. You can't. Wait, hold on. There's actually a perfect little tweet for that. X. This is how our government's being run right now.
I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know.
Wait, where's the actual clip of Trump saying that? What? No, Trump. Oh, can I get just like the one clip of him saying it? Yeah, this is what
you don't know. I may do it. I may not do it. I mean, nobody knows what I'm going to do.
Have you been answered questions about whether you?
That's.
You don't know. I may do it. I may not do it. I mean, nobody knows what I'm going to do.
Have you been answered questions about whether you are moving closer or you believe? I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know.
He's fine. His supporters will always bend over, and even Republicans who dislike him will figure out some way to justify the things he does, which anger them. That's like my we'll see how it goes. That's my initial reaction to I've said this, and people keep on telling me not to say it, but it is a true feeling that I have. I think Trump could. I think that maybe not the average, but like more MAGA people than you would think could watch Donald Trump rape their toddler on TV and find some way to justify it. I truly, genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, think that. And I think that there are several conservative commentators on this website who I think could watch that happen and find a way to justify it. I don't think that some of these people have any scruples or even like a sentient fucking conscious experience. They are literally just hate-filled little like shit beings that hate Mexicans, I guess. But like, yeah, there are a segment of his supporters that will always find a way to do it. But this is a pretty, like, it's a pretty big schism. I've never seen people actually mad at Trump except for with the Epstein files, okay? And that didn't last too long. This is something that, like, will have serious ramifications. And God, what a fucking freeze frame. Sorry, I just just noticed it. Anyways, let's just watch the fucking video.
The White House press secretary.
And listen, I could be entirely wrong on that. I'm in a better mood, and I want to see these people, all fight each other.
Earlier was asked, what message does she have to Trump supporters who want the president to end U.S. involvement in foreign wars? Here's her response.
Trust in President Trump. President Trump has incredible instincts, and President Trump kept America and the world safe in his first term. And
don't listen to any of the things that people are saying that might make Trump look bad. Don't do that. That's cringe. And you don't want to be cringe, do you? You should just blindly follow the president and everything that he says and does. Statistically, I have to get a fucking treasure chest from this. Fuck.
As president, in implementing a peace through strength foreign policy agenda.
All right, our panel's back. CNN special correspondent Jamie Gangel also joining us. Jamie, wonderful to see you. I want to play a little bit of what some of Trump's supporters said to CNN over the course of the presidential campaign, because I have to say, when I traveled the country, when I went to campaign events, when I was at the convention, this is something you would hear about regularly, that voters would bring up kind of on their own. They would say, I think Trump is going to keep us out of World War III or similar.
Yeah.
Let's listen to a little bit of this.
All this World War stuff that's going on, and, I don't feel like we've been participating the way we should.
I'm interested in giving less money to foreign wars.
If Harris gets elected, we are going to go into World War III.
Trump is an anti-war president.
We need somebody who's going to stand up for the American people. Like, everybody focus on this war.
The only thing that could happen is Republican voter turnout could be slightly depressed in midterms, and that seems unlikely. Republicans aren't as easily suppressed as Dem voters. We'll have to see. Like, right now, all I can, my headspace is, focus on myself, focus on, actually doing real shit and just watch what's happening. All we could do is watch. And I'm coming to accept that and seeing it, before it was just all fucking just evil shit. And it's still all evil shit. But they're being really fucking retarded. It's really kind of funny. If it wasn't so bad, it would be really fucking funny. If the stakes weren't so high and they weren't doing such horrible fucking things, it would, these guys are really fucking funny. Hegseth stumbling around drunkenly at the Pentagon, dude. Fucking leaking state secrets and being and saying OPSEC is safe, and then intel people being I am absolutely baffled as to why he would feel the need to say out loud the OPSEC is safe. Every single person is so fucking funny individually, but as a collection, it's I don't even know. It's I'm not fully out of the anger space, but I'm coming out of it more. I feel better and less doomer, and now I can just watch the world burn, I guess.
I mean, sort of, there you have it, right? And
exactly.
What do you make of that?
Lindsey Graham was none of those people.
No.
Look, I think that what we're going to see here, if Trump decides to move ahead, is that he thinks he can bring the base along with him. There's no question that that's the way they feel. At the end of the day, I've spoken to several former Trump administration officials from Trump 1.0, people who watched him make difficult situations in high stakes moments like the Soleimani assassination. And what they say to me is Donald Trump is risk averse. And yes, the last person who speaks to him, in his ear, but at the end of the day, Donald Trump trusts his own instincts. And what we should watch for is, does he think at the end of the day, this will make him a loser or a winner?
David Sanger, one of the things, one of the people that has been talked about as a central figure here is Tulsi Gabbard, the DNI, right? Now, our reporting from our Katie Bo Lillis is that she basically has been kind of exiled from the White House. Trump's annoyance apparently peaked.
Really? That's crazy. Pandora 13? That is a super familiar name. How's it going, Pandora? How long ago were you like a regular in chat? Wait, hold on. You weren't a regular in chat. You came through on the YouTube chat relatively recently, right? But yeah, I haven't been streaming quite as much as I used to.
Reporting from our Katie Bo Lillis is
let me. So like the thing with Tulsi is pretty significant because she straight up like had her guys falsify national intelligence to justify Trump's deportation shit. So there's that. And then she's also, I think she's a Russian asset. No, I was here one time and said I'd be back. I got you. There was another Pandora a long time ago, like years ago, but isn't doing the last thing yeah. Kristi Noem has banned Congress. Is that legal? Can you link me something about that? Is that legal at all? Don't they have the like legal right to go and check on those things?
And what we should watch for is, does he think at the end of the day,
damn, there was something I was
this
going
will
to say.
make him?
Oh yeah, the Tulsi thing. Like the fact that Tulsi is constantly being accused of being a Russian asset, and she's like been a super simp for Iran. She's been a super simp for Syria. She's been a super simp for all of her adversaries for some reason, and a super aggro, like crazy person against our allies. And she gave a report to Congress not too long ago, I think in March, that said that, hey, Iran's not going to be able to get a nuclear weapon in like the next 3-ish years. Like it's just not going to happen. Oh shit! I'm spinning. I need to reset this entire thing. Here, you're already in. But yeah, like if Tulsi was probably, in my opinion, one of the most horrendous fucking picks of the administration, and that's saying something because they picked RFK Jr. But like she's an actual danger to our society because she's simply just not on our side. She trusts foreign intelligence more than she trusts our own intelligence. Who bitched about cons than me and you dogged on leftists about being crybabies? Okay, let's fucking go. That's something we might hit on later. There is some leftist stuff, but he didn't care what she said. I maybe link that too. But yeah, like if there's an actual split in the GOP over this stuff, then good. Like good. If there's a split in the White House where she's not given access to the president, good. Because I don't think, like, even as much as I hate Trump, I still don't want her to be giving the president of the United States intelligence that serves our adversaries,
A loser or a winner?
David Sanger, one of the things, one of the people that has been talked about as a central figure here is Tulsi Gabbard, the DNI, right? Now, our reporting from our Katie Bo Lillis is that she basically has been kind of exiled from the White House. Trump's annoyance apparently peaked. This is according to our colleague Katie Bo when she posted a 3-minute video warning the world.
Tulsi is hard to nail down. I can't tell if she's just a complete retard or she's just writing whatever wave exists at the moment. I don't know enough about her to say what the motivation is. But at the end of the day, whether she's retarded or whether she's, you know, ideologically driven for some reason, the fact of the matter is she shouldn't be in that position. And there's nothing that, like, I hate to say this, with Tulsi in charge, I am very skeptical, especially given the fact that it was proven that they falsified intelligence briefs to justify Trump's deportations. Like, it's going to be very hard when one of my biggest things is we need to build trust with the American people, with the government, right? When they're actively they're doing what they think everyone has been doing. But our government runs fairly efficiently. Our government is fairly honest about what's going on inside of the government. It's very hard to lie to the American people because there are so many watchdogs. And they're starting to find that out. They're starting to find out that all the things that they thought that were being done to them weren't actually being done to them. There is no deep state. They have to create the deep state. They are the deep state. And they're just really bad at hiding it. That's why I'm missing you, because you said what you just said. I say to myself, that's fair. Like, I try to be fair. And I've even stopped hating on leftists as hard as I usually have in the past. But that's mostly just because I might be siloing myself off from seeing their takes because I don't need to see that kind of fucking stupid in my life right now. Sent link about what? Oh, about let's see what this is.
You don't believe Iran should be able to have a nuclear weapon, but how close do you personally think that they were to getting one? Because Tulsi Gabbard testified in March that the intelligence community said Iran wasn't building a nuclear weapon.
I don't care what she said. I think they were very close to having it.
You don't believe Iran should be able to.
And that's really fucking funny that our president is creating the distrust within our own government, within his own government, mind you. But the crazy thing is that it is impossible to trust her. And it's been, what, 30 years of people saying Iran's about to get a nuke, Iran's about to get a nuke, Iran's about to get a nuke, Iran's about to get a nuke. But there was a report that came out earlier this year that has never happened before with Iran. They have achieved 60% enriched uranium. That is significant. They've not done that before. There's no civilian application for 60% enriched uranium based off of like the 3 or 4 articles that I read and based off of the one video that I watched. You need like what was it, like 15-20% enriched uranium at most for nuclear power? Have to go run D&D about the bell. All right. I will catch you later, my friend. Catch you next time. But like, yeah, it's just
Video
like,
warning the world is.
It feels like at this point, like it could be the case. And I think that it could be the case, like given that information, I went back and that was a UN organization. So I trusted a lot more. Thank you very much. I think it might be likely that they're actually pursuing a nuke now because they don't have Hezbollah. They don't have Syria. They don't have Assad, right? Russia can't help them. So it might be their only means of, defending themselves. And if that's the case, it might be justified to do this because Iran with a nuke actually would be really bad. I'm a lib. I don't want there to be war. I don't want there to be death. I don't want them to bomb civilians. So like everything about this is super fucked. But like there is one situation where I would be in favor of just like going in and doing exactly what Israel is asking us to do, which is destroy the centrifuges. And that is if they're actively seeking a bomb. And unless someone gives me some counter information, it actually seems entirely justifiable. And I'm actually really fucking irritated that Trump doesn't have the balls to fucking do it. Like, this is the one time I want Trump to make the fucking, like, hard fucking choice. Like, I think I want him to make the choice. I'm not entirely sold on it, but based off of the information that I've seen so far, it seems like maybe we need to blow this fucking thing up. Like, it seems like 2 bunker buster bombs will get the job done, and yeah, I don't know if I'm in favor of, like, regime change. I could hear arguments for it. Iran really is just that bad, but, like, we can keep them from getting a nuke. If they are actually seeking a nuke, we should stop them from doing that. But yeah, I'm like I'm not super conflicted on all of it, but like there's some parts of this that are a little wacky, you know? How's it going, Remy?
We peaked. This is according to our colleague Katie Bowe.
I believe getting to 60% is really hard, so they must have made this decision maybe a year or two ago. But going from 60 to 100% is super easy. Yeah, I watched, not Ryan Chapman, that's the video essayist, Ryan Macbeth. He had a video about this, and he made a, was it him that made the Eminem, not allegory, but fuck. Sorry, and then I read sourcings and my ADD took over. Trump's solution was to blow up Obama's Iran deal and do nothing. Yeah, I know. But yeah, it is easier to go from 60 to 100. It's easier to go from 60 to 100 than it is to go from like 3 to 4%. And the reason why is his example, I think it was Ryan Macbeth that gave this example, was let's say you have a bowl of M&Ms and you want to select for only the green M&Ms. Well, you got the yellows, you got the blues, you got the orange, you got the reds, you got all these other colors in there. So you have to, you know, let's say you, someone gives you 30 seconds, right, to pick out all the green ones, right? So you go through and, you start like pulling out all of the M&Ms that aren't green, and then your time is up. And they say, okay, you have 30 seconds to separate all the greens out. So you take all the ones that aren't green. Well, now it's a lot easier because there's fewer things obscuring the greens, right? Organize the yellow M&Ms. It's easier to do the blue. Yeah. So that was his explanation. Actually, if you can link me that, because I butchered that explanation, but it is easier to go from 60 to 100% than it is to go from like 1 to 4%.
When she posted a 3-minute video warning the world is closer to the brink of nuclear annihilation than ever before.
It was quite a video. You gotta look at it.
Yes, blaming political elite and warmongers. Trump viewed the video as thinly veiled criticism.
Oh yeah, and then there's the fucking weird ass fucking video about the nukes. That shit was, I don't care who you are, I don't care what side of the aisle you're on, that shit was really fucking weird. It was not normal to say any of those things. And all of them were just fucking not true. Why the fuck would the elites want to create a nuclear holocaust? What do they gain if society collapses?
Consideration to allow Israel to strike Iran, and many inside the White House agreed Gabbard was speaking out of turn, the person added. You know, obviously, we know where she stands on expansive wars or you know, and non-ending foreign wars. But she also is the keeper of American intelligence. How are those two things interacting?
Well, not well right now.
Yeah.
I mean, the Director of National Intelligence is not there in a policy role. They are not there to give policy advice. They are there to give the best assessment of the intelligence community. And boy, did that come up today in the briefing, because the very last question that was asked of Carolyn Levitt at that briefing was, how long would it take the Iranians to build a weapon? And she said, well, there's been a lot of confusion on this. And then she went on to say it would just take a few weeks, which is essentially a Israeli analysis. The U.S. analysis, which really hasn't changed much in the past few months or even the past year, is it would probably take them a year. Maybe they could carve 4 or 6 months off of that if they built a faster, cruder weapon that didn't have to fit on a warhead. I've never heard, except at the White House podium today, anybody in the intelligence community, and Jamie, you tell me if I'm wrong here, say that they could build a weapon in a few weeks.
He is right, as always.
That's why we invite him.
Yes,
And you
exactly.
as well.
Everybody knows you don't put off the hard work till the last day of the semester, though. And so we shouldn't wait to take out Iran's capability to make a nuclear weapon the day before they can do so. Israel's done a great job of taking out their nuclear facilities. What the president has to decide right now is this the cheapest time to do it? Is this the easiest time? Because Iran's on their knees right now.
So let's watch a little bit. You mentioned that the video is remarkable, and we talked about the reporting. But let's watch a little bit of it. Congressman, you said that you served with Tulsi Gabbard. You know her, the director of national intelligence. Let's watch some of this video that she posted recently. Watch.
This is the reality of what's at
Off message. Imagine you don't care about the fact that she's like a Russian asset or anything. You just care that she's off message.
Congressman, you said that you served with Tulsi Gabbard. You know her, the director of national intelligence. Let's watch some of this video that she posted recently. Watch.
This is the reality of what's at stake, what we are facing now. Because as we stand here today, closer to the brink of nuclear annihilation than ever before, political elite and warmongers are carelessly.
I don't think that little white streak is real. It is too perfectly placed. Fuck you. That's not real. You die that shit.
Fomenting fear and tensions between nuclear powers. We must reject this path to nuclear war and work toward a world where no one has to live in fear of a nuclear holocaust.
I mean, that is a remarkable statement from a director of national intelligence. From a political candidate, fine, but that is not what that was.
Yeah, some showmanship in there too, right?
Yeah.
I think what Tulsi's concern is, at least I'm not going to speak for her, but there is hesitancy in engaging in something over in the Middle East after we just withdrew from 2 wars. And I think that hesitancy is shared by a vast majority of Americans, especially those people who grew up in those 2 wars and spent trillions of dollars. Our nation is buried in debt partly because 2 of those wars. And so I think there's a lot of hesitancy in engaging in something like that. And I think that comes out in that video.
From a political perspective, though, that is not what you do in that job at all. And I think all you need to hear, what were Donald Trump's words? I don't care what she said. If you are in one of these treasured intelligence positions, that's not the way to use it.
Really, it's unlike anything I've ever seen from an intelligence professional. We heard most recently from Caroline Leavitt telling us what the president has not decided here. He has decided that he is going to, in the next 2 weeks, make some sort of decision. Take us behind the scenes.
And it's the cuckiness of it, the cuckiness of, oh, well, we'll do something. It's like, that's what I expect from like third world dictators, That's what I expect from Iran right now is I expect from Iran right now to threaten us and then not really have any, say we're going to hurt you at some indeterminate point in the future and then not fucking do anything. Or they're waiting to see how things play out. And I think that's how Trump is dealing with this. And I think that's not going to I don't think that's good for us. It's like, we need flamethrowers. We don't need those yet. Iran is a nation known for being pussies. Well, yeah, they are pussies. They fund 1 million fucking people that will go out and kill people for them because they're too pussy to, they just cause chaos. They just cause death and chaos. And and for what? What have they gained out of it? Literally fucking nothing. Only the worst fucking countries on the world want to deal with them.
Yeah, Casey, that's right. And we asked a lot of questions about this, particularly 2 weeks. What does that mean?
And if there was someone who was smarter, even if there was someone as I don't know, maybe not.
Exactly. Does that mean he's going to pull the trigger and approve some kind of an attack plan on Iran in 2 weeks if there is no deal made? Or he's just going to come to a conclusion within those 2 weeks? And we do know behind the scenes that there is a belief that there's still a chance for diplomacy. And that's obviously what Donald Trump here is trying to get at, what he's trying to do, because as you said, he doesn't want to act in this moment. Now, remember, this is not the first deadline that the United States has given Iran. We had 60 days. Now we're adding 2 weeks. And I asked Carolyn Levitt specifically about that extension, why we think we could get something done in 2 weeks if we weren't able to get it done before. Here's what she said. We have heard from a number of U.S. officials who say that Iran doesn't want to make a deal, that they are just stringing the United States along. What is to say that they are not going to continue to do so if we continue to give them extensions, now 2 weeks before 60 days?
Look, Iran is in a very weak and vulnerable position because of the strikes and the attacks from Israel. And with respect to the president's statement, I shared that with all of you. And he has been very direct and clear. Iran can and should make a deal. We sent a deal to them that was practical, that was realistic, or they will face grave consequences.
So you hear her there talking about how they believe that Iran has become weaker because of these strikes, which might bring them to the negotiations.
I do think that that's probably true. I don't think that Iran has literally anything. I don't think they're holding any cards besides their proxies, which aren't doing dick all right now. Like, their proxies just aren't doing anything. So, like, the question that I have really is, like, what are we scared of with these guys? Like, in the current form, well, the Houthis are still active. That's true. If we take out Iran, they won't be able to be active anymore because Iran funds them. Unironically, the Middle East could stabilize if they do regime change with Iran. Unironically, I'm not saying it's guaranteed. Like, far be it from me, because I don't know. Like, I'm not super well read up on everything, but like, Iran really feels like it's that destabilizing. They feel like probably the singularly most destabilizing force. I was about to say on Earth, but I think that Russia ekes that out just barely. An agreement of mutual defense with Russia? I don't know if that's true, but also I think Russia's already said we're not coming to help because how would they help? How could they help? Right?
Negotiating table. Now, there is something else that we know, which is the Middle Eastern envoy, Steve Witkoff, has been in touch, and his team has been in touch with their counterparts in Iran at this time during the last several weeks, during even the last several days. The question now is, will they come to the table? Because both sides seem to say that they don't want to budge. And one thing to note is that Witkoff did meet with the United Kingdom's foreign minister today. That is important because that foreign minister is actually going to Geneva to meet with Iran's foreign minister on Friday.
Okay, and now we'll watch this.
Israel...
Don't play it up there. Play it here. Thank you, sir.
Israel is attacking Iran due to Iran's efforts to enrich uranium. But what does enrich uranium even mean? Lucky for you, I do know a little bit about this stuff, and I did a 45-minute peer-reviewed scientific video on it called How Nuclear Weapons Work. You can find it at ryanmcbeth.substack.com or after this one. There's also a slideshow in case you want to do your own class. So I
watched that a long time ago. I feel like it was 2 years ago that he posted it, 3 years ago that he posted it. But I watched that a long time ago. It is very interesting. Highly recommend.
Basic primer with simple science and
a dangerous backlash to going after Iran is that the price of oil will go up, which will help Russia. Sure. We could also sanction the absolute living fuck out of Russia some more. I think Lindsey Graham's putting some legislation through Senate right now. But I think if Trump was like really smart, and this is like me as a retard, just like literally off the cuff, spitballing.
And some...
That's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Will Trump sign it? I don't know, but Lindsey Graham needs to be taken out. I am fine with him putting out stuff against Russia. I think he is the weakest, most weaselly person in the entire fucking world. But like, let's say that there was someone who was like a little smarter in the Oval Office, right? Or someone who was advising the president. Like, and they were like an extreme war hawk. Like, this is me spitballing, all right? No guarantee, right? But let's say, okay, we're worried about the price of oil going up. We're friends with Saudi Arabia and we're friends with other OPEC nations. They really fucking hate Iran. Like, hey, we can get rid of the Ayatollahs, right? And if you guys increase production and, like release some of your reserves, like this will like soften the blow for us and we can take care of this for you. Like, could we not do some backdoor wheeling and dealing like that to avoid those consequences? Now, I don't know if that is at all like actionable or something that they would go for, anything like that, but he's a terrible excuse for your human, the pinnacle of an extreme Republican. Graham, I think Graham is weak. I think he's not the pinnacle of an extreme Republican. I would say that would be someone like J.D. Vance or some of the people we have in the Senate. I think that when it comes to Graham, he's just a weasel little snake, coward little spineless bitch who has no fucking morals and no fucking gumption. Anyways.
Israel is attacking Iran due to Iran.
Nah, I don't think MBS gives a shit. Are you fucking kidding me? MBS, that's the leader. Wait, am I being retarded right now? Yeah, Mohammed bin Salman. Fucking hasn't Saudi? Yeah, that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't being retarded. Hasn't Saudi Arabia and Iran fucking hated each other for fucking forever? Hasn't Iran like bombed Saudi Arabia's oil fields like within the past 10 years? Haven't they been fighting proxy wars all over the goddamn fucking Arabian Peninsula in Yemen? Like, why would MBS not give a shit? Haven't they been in a proxy war for the better part of like 15, 20 years?
Iran's efforts to enrich uranium. But what is enrich uranium?
Oh, softening the blow for our benefit? Well, I mean, like, it would be like, hey, well, we're doing something for you. You scratch our back, or we scratch your back, you scratch ours. I'm just spitballing. It could be entirely possible that they wouldn't go for something like that, but, Yeah, MBS wants the current regime gone yesterday. That's like why I thought like, well, if we're worried about oil costs, why don't we just like, we have some friends in OPEC and they probably want this done too. So why don't we like, I'm very sympathetic to calls for regime change, specifically in places like Russia and Iran. Like those two places, the people are actually fucking evil. China is an economic rival. And I think that a lot of the way that they govern is immoral, but like, I don't see them as, and I could be wrong because I just haven't like focused on China in a very, very long time, and I've been very pissed at Russia and Iran. But like, man, I feel like China tries to play the long game, and Russia and Iran just fucking kill people constantly. They just fucking kill people constantly. They have probably produced the most amount of death in the past 100 years. Okay, they've probably caused more death in the past 100 years than any other singular country. I have to see how much influence Qatar has in OPEC. Well, they probably have a ton of influence, but does Qatar like Iran? Do they have? Well, actually, you know what? I thought everyone just fucking hated Iran.
Uranium even mean? Lucky for you, I do know a little bit about this stuff, and I did a 45-minute peer-reviewed scientific video on it called How Nuclear Weapons Work. You can find it at ryanmcbeth.substack.com or after this one. There's also a slideshow in case you want to do your own class. So here's a basic primer with simple science and some M&Ms. Now, there are multiple flavors of isotopes of uranium, but when you dig uranium out of the ground, it's mostly an isotope called uranium-238. Uranium-238 is not the explodey kind of uranium. But mixed in with that uranium-238 is another isotope, about 0.72% of the explodey kind of uranium called uranium-235. Don't worry about the science. There's my other video for that. Just know that the 235 isotope is the explodey kind of uranium that you want. So here's how you make a nuclear bomb. You dig uranium out of the ground.
Hey guys, this is for educational purposes only, okay?
You process it into a powder called yellow cake. Then you turn it into a gas called uranium hexafluoride. Then you spin the gas in a centrifuge that's going really, really fast. Since uranium-235 is slightly lighter than uranium-238, it separates to the sides of the centrifuge. Then you turn the uranium hexafluoride back into a solid, then you put it into a bomb. Now, if you're making nuclear power, you only need to enrich uranium to about 5% of uranium-235.
Oh, I was wrong, guys. You don't even need 15 to 20% enrichment. I misremembered. It's 5% enrichment. Iran is at 60% enrichment. There is no other purpose. And like if it was Trump's like I hate to say that I don't necessarily trust my own government because it's Trump and they've proven that they will lie in order to justify doing some provably lie. But this was a UN organization that has been reporting like, hey, they don't have they're not getting a nuclear weapon anytime soon. They're not getting but now they're saying, hey, you're at 60% uranium enrichment. Why is that? And I think it's justified at this point, actually, which is, I wasn't at that position last week when it first went down. I wasn't at that position, but like I would be incredibly fucking nervous if we didn't do something about this now. You know, close diplomatic and economic ties, particularly in the energy sector. Okay, gotcha. Japan, Korea, and India keep China in check for the U.S. Yeah, but like what I'm saying is like when you look at Russia and when you look at Iran, Russia, they fucking kill people like crazy, not just in Ukraine, but they also like decimated like one of their own cities in the late 90s. They're fucking killing people like crazy and they're like funding groups and they're not giving troops to African dictators, and they're prolonging strife there. There was less strife before Russia started moving into West Africa, and now there is more strife. Things were stable, and now things are very unstable. More people are dying as a result of them moving into West Africa. Iran, like, constantly funds dozens of small splinter terrorist groups all over the Middle East to just fucking kill people and like fight and just harass, and they're just fucking evil people. But like when it comes to China, and you guys could educate me, I just don't know. I have not heard anyone make the claim that China is funding extremist groups to go out and suicide bomb or destabilize. Russia is destabilizing countries all over the world. Hell, they're destabilizing us. China contributes to that. I hate them for that. But like, I don't see China as engaging in the same demonic activities as Russia or Iran. That's just, yeah. So I could be very wrong, but you know. But Sondsol, you forgot America Bad. True.
If you're making a bomb, you need to enrich it to about 90%. And note, you only need like 33 pounds or 16 kilos of uranium-235 to make a bomb. Making the bomb, especially a uranium-type gun design, is actually the easy part. The hard part is enriching the uranium in the first place. In fact, if you watch the movie Oppenheimer, they make the entire film about making the bomb. But the real story, like I think about 90% of the funding was actually geared towards enriching the uranium. The science on making the bomb was pretty much settled. If you put 33 pounds of uranium together, it will reach critical mass and explode. In fact, the bomb design that was dropped on Hiroshima, little boy, it wasn't even tested because getting uranium to critical mass is just physics. The scientists knew it was going to work. So why is it so dangerous that Iran is enriching uranium? Well, it actually gets easier to enrich uranium the more you enrich it. Think of it like picking the green M&Ms out of a bag of regular M&Ms. At the beginning of the sorting process, on average, a bag of M&M contains about 16% green and about 84% other colors. So if you're spending hours sifting and spinning and sorting, you get a handful of green. But once you develop a process to pick out the M&Ms, you get better at it, you can do it faster, and with every subsequent pass in the centrifuge, there's fewer and fewer impurities. It gets easier and easier to process. That's why the world freaks out when Iran gets past that enrichment threshold. Once you reach about 60% enrichment, the hard part's over. There's just fewer impurities. So it's easier to get to 90% enrichment from 60% enrichment than it is to get from 0.72% enrichment to 60% enrichment. Every spin of the centrifuge just gets them closer to that 90% enrichment number and a bomb. Now, the night that Israel attacked Iran, it was almost a full moon. That means 98% illumination. Here's why this is important. You never want to perform an attack during a full moon because it makes your aircraft easier to spot with the naked eye, and you lose the advantage that you have with night vision and
this right here, I don't know why this matters, because the only reason that I know anything about military technology basically is because of Ryan Macbeth. And everything that he says is about like over the horizon attacks, and you know, we have bombs. We don't even have to fucking see anything to, you know, we don't have to put eyes on anything to shoot it, right? We can shoot from over the horizon with our jets, not even like with our nukes, with just our jets. So I don't know why we would worry about the time of day or how much moon or whatever. I feel like they would have to pick us up on radar over the horizon, right? Actually, does radar work over there? Radar can't work over the horizon. What? I'm fucking retarded. Why did I even say that? Radar can't work over the horizon, right? Can radar work over the horizon? Over the horizon, radar can detect. Oh, they reflected off the ionosphere. Okay, that's fucking. God, humans are fucking crazy. We can just invent shit.
Spot with the naked eye, and you lose the advantage that you have with night.
You can be seen in transit? Yeah, but like, why would that matter? I genuinely don't know why that would matter if you can. The Chinese concept of heaven plays a significant role. Okay, interesting. I'm impressed you knew about this. And knew about what?
And you lose the advantage that you have with night vision. You never want to perform an attack during a full moon because it makes your aircraft easier to spot with the naked eye, and you lose the advantage that you have with night vision and thermal equipment in the aircraft. The next new moon over Iran would be June 25th, 2025. So ideally, that's when you'd have the
internet gas. You've been around long enough to know that I have literally on stream watched entire long ass fucking documentaries. I have read fucking long ass fucking books. I've put in too much work for this stream. You know that. I know a lot of bullshit. I'm very confident about like my worldview. It's the discrete facts and the stupid fucking lies that everyone tells that have finally gotten to me. But I know a lot of bullshit. And I'm not a retard. I think I'm a smart person. So
the greatest advantage of an attack. So why?
Yeah, well hold on, Bones. Did you see a video, or have you seen anyone give a good counter narrative to what Ethan said there? Because I don't know anything. Watching his video, I took it at face value, and it seemed like what he said reading the thing was nope, not at all. Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, it seems like he's actually like got them dead to rights. He set a trap and fucked them. But I could be wrong. I was hoping Rezi was streaming so I could get, you know, the anti-Ethan, anti-Destiny narrative. No, I know, guess. I know. I need to stop calling myself stupid and start displaying that I know shit on stream, because I think people actually think that I'm stupid. And it's because I don't put out the image of myself that I should on stream. I've seen clips, but we've just been vibing today.
Why did Israel attack Iran when it had less of an advantage, when they're profiling themselves against a bright night sky? And I think that it's an indicator that Iran was really close to building a bomb. And that's why. So if you want to watch my full video on how nuclear weapons work, you can go to ryanmcbeth.substack.com. Dude, it's $5. Totally worth it. One more thing, check to see if you're subscribed. YouTube keeps on subscribing people. You can grab my Intel Life shirt at bunkerbranding.com. And thank you guys so much for watching.
Wow, this girl from Watertown sure is cool. Hey kid, what's going on? Think tank! You know, a girl from Watertown is kind of like riding a moped. It's lots of fun till your friends see you on one. What's really cool is a t-shirt or hoodie from Bunker Branding. Wow! Intel Life! Control-C, Control-V! That's exactly what we do! And Bunker Branding has all sorts of cool gear. Intel Life, Aerosol, Live, Laugh, Launch for Destroyer, Trident, HIMARS, and Patriot. Think outside the bomb. Drone Suite Drone, Department of the Boat People, landmines, and even the tow missile. It would behoove you to grab one today. Girls from Watertown aren't cool, so wear your Bunker Branding gear. Now I know. And knowing's half the battle. Hey babe, you want to dance?
I will say this. I love his fucking commercials. I love Ryan McBeth. I think that he is probably he seems pretty wholesome. He seems very knowledgeable about what he's talking about. I haven't seen any reason ever. I haven't seen anybody ever like try to fight him on anything really. I think he's just one of those people that's just like and I think he said he wants to be the Bill Nye of, you know, defense stuff, but he definitely is that. I just like the guy.
How many people live in
Don is actually irritating to watch, and both of them are stupid. Yeah, that's kind of the reason why I didn't want to watch a 2-hour interview with them, because I don't feel like I'm going to get too much out of it, to be honest. So, but like I rage quit after an hour. Well, the only thing that's like kind of interesting is like in the clips that I've seen here, like people say that this is Tucker owning Cruz. I don't think so. This clip tells you everything. Yeah, it does, because every clip I've seen has been like this. This is asking a gotcha question that has nothing to do. Like if you wanted to ask him, like, what are the ramifications? What possible, like, what are like, but like, does it in any material way affect our decision to know what the ethnic makeup of Iran is? Does it affect our decision to get rid of their nuclear bombs? You know, it's actually really funny to see a Trump cultist realize he's sitting in front of a Nazi. I would love to see like the exact moment that he realizes.
How many people live in Iran, by the way?
I don't know the population.
At all?
No, I don't know the population.
You don't know the population?
Yeah, and I see like all of these questions are stupid gotcha questions that have nothing to do with like whether we should or shouldn't do the thing. Like it really is just two retards fighting.
How many people live in Iran, by the way?
I don't know the population.
At all?
No, I don't know the population.
You don't know the population of the country you seek to topple?
How many people living around?
92 million.
Okay. Yeah,
How could you not know that?
Because it's not really relevant.
I don't sit around memorizing population tables.
Well, it's kind of relevant because you're calling for the overthrow of the government.
Why is it relevant whether it's,
because,
it's 90 million or 80 million or 100 million? Why is that relevant?
Because if you don't know anything about the country...
I didn't say I don't know anything about
Okay, what's the ethnic mix of Iran?
They are Persians and
What percent?
predominantly Shia. Okay,
it's not
okay.
even... You don't know anything about Iran. So
okay,
actually,
I am not
literally
the
just being
Tucker
cute.
Carlson expert on Iran.
You're a senator who's calling for the overthrow of the government.
You're the
and
one
you
who
don't know
claims
anything about the country.
No, you don't know anything about the country. You're the one who claims they're not trying to murder Donald Trump.
No,
You're the
I'm
one
not saying that.
who can't figure out
I'm
if it was a
saying
good
you
idea to
don't
kill
believe-
General Soleimani, and you said it was bad.
believe they're trying to murder Trump.
Yes, I do.
Because you're not calling for military strikes against them in retaliation. And if you really believe
we're
that...
carrying out military strikes today.
You said Israel was.
Right, with our help.
And then Cruz, like our government and the Likud Israel government is going to make people actually believe the anti-Semitic conspiracy theories because they're so inept. They're so inept. They are making Jews look like they rule the world, and it's because they're too stupid to not say things.
And if you really believe
we're
that...
carrying out military strikes today.
You said Israel was.
Right, with our help.
Okay, gotcha. Here, I'll jump to the Discord. Wait, Bones, you have perms. Why were you in the waiting room?
Oh, I just wanted to be polite. That's it.
Fuck you. Shut up. All right, so rant. Go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, I watched about an hour of this. For a good 5 minutes, Ted Cruz had something that was semi-reasonable and on the state of intelligence and how governments interact with each other in their intelligence agencies. When Tucker Carlson was like, "Oh, do you think the Mossad spies on us?" Yeah, of course. Every other foreign country's fucking spying on us. And Tucker Carlson was in disbelief, that shouldn't happen. Ted Cruz is yeah, of course it probably shouldn't happen, but it's gonna happen anyways. We expect this. And it's just that was one retarded talking point.
Did he really not know that? Cruz
Tucker acts like that, we're fucking that we don't know anything, that we don't know that other countries are spying on us. That was one of the ways that Tucker was quote unquote jacking off in this case. I'm gonna keep saying that because it's fun as fuck. But.
Well, I mean, that's literally their entire fucking playbook is just asking questions, and it's so it's boring now, you know. That was shit that we dealt with in 2016 was the people just asking questions, and now we're back in it, dude. I feel like I feel like we're
here
looping.
We are. This guy was on Fox fucking News.
I know.
He's back over here in his little corner jacking off.
And it's
he just kept doing that until Ted Cruz just blew up on him.
Yeah, I did see the blow up at a certain point. That was spectacular.
It was hilarious. It was hilarious, but I'm I'm just frustrated as fuck. Holy fuck, this is the state of foreign policy right now.
It is, and
this is the
and we
state
deserve
of
it.
Foreign policy discourse,
and we deserve it.
We do. We deserve to have two toddlers in suits fight over whether Israel is actually dictating foreign policy. He was fucking talking about AI hack and shit, and I'm oh my god. It was
Wait, they talked about AI hacks?
Whole fucking APAC, sorry.
Oh, APAC. Oh, of course you have to talk about APAC.
Tucker Carlson's so you get funding from APAC. Do you think that Israel is telling them what to do, which would require them to register as a foreign agent? But of course, because all of AIPAC's funds comes from American citizens who are pro-Israel, by the way, most of which are Christian.
Yes, that's true.
Who really love the rapture, by the way. Let me tell you, some of these fundamentalists, these little Southern Baptists, they're just They're so obsessed with the fucking rapture.
Yeah, they are. I know a lot of Southern
And-
Baptists. Okay,
and
they are.
And as Ted Cruz revealed later in the interview, like he resembles those interests. That because we help Israel, Sky Daddy is gonna be very happy with us, and we're gonna all be in heaven once hellfire rains down on earth and cleanses the earth, and we'll all be singing Kumbaya at the pearly gates. Like, that is what our fucking foreign policy is right now, according to Ted Cruz. Like,
Well, did you see the text messages from what's his name Huckabee to Trump?
I've seen this picture. I haven't read it yet.
I'm just gonna read it out really quick. Let's see here. ArkansasMoneyandPolitics.com. Mr. President, God spared you in Butler, Pennsylvania to be the most consequential president in a century, maybe ever. The decisions on your shoulders I would not want to be made by anyone else. You have many voices speaking to you, sir, but there is only one voice that matters. His voice. I am your appointed servant in this land, and I am available for you, but I do not try to get in your presence often because I trust your instincts. No president in my lifetime has been in a position like yours, not since Truman in 1945. I don't reach out to persuade you, only to encourage you. I believe you will hear from heaven, and that voice is far more important than mine or anyone else's. You sent me to Israel to be your eyes, ears, and voice, and to make sure our flag flies above our embassy. My job is to be the last one to leave. I will not abandon this post. Our flag will not come down. You did not seek this moment. This moment sought you. It is my honor to serve you. Bros,
this reads like a shitty fiction novel excerpt. I'm not even gonna fucking.
It reads like some shit that I would like. It reads like a Warhammer 40K novel. Like it reads like some like dick suck administrator talking to one of the generals in a Dan Abnett fucking novel from 40K. It's fucking crazy.
For those that are in that have like a nominal like interest in lit YouTube, there's YouTubers that read like really shitty novels sometimes for content. There's a book called Empress Teresa. Sounds exactly like how the author of that book would fucking write shit. It is like terrible fucking writing. It is great. It's hilarious.
And what's it called?
It's called Empress Teresa. There's I need to find it. There's like a specific guy that goes over it, Crimson Rogue, I believe. And holy fuck, it is. He like goes like through like a 5-part series reviewing the book. It is trash, and it's like every part of it is just glazing the fucking main character, who eventually, like, synopsis, random chick gets powers and basically becomes god. And starts ruling the world and does really idiotic things to change the world to save it. And throughout the entire book, she gets glazed out of her fucking mind. Like everybody fucking loves her. It sounds like this. That's what Mike Huckabee's
the dick sucky statements are just it's beyond anything. The only like conservatives are either like really I don't even know, dude. Like I've unfollowed all of them. I don't watch their shit anymore. I keep up with the talking points like by osmosis.
You're in your castle arc, eh?
Well, it's not even wait, who was just in the call?
That was Red Tron.
Oh, Tron.
He was
Okay.
sitting there muted.
Like it's not entirely a castle arc. I'm not opposed to talking to people who disagree with me. I don't want to talk to people who I think are not fucking real people, right? It's like the old I think Destiny used to talk about, like, I don't want to talk to people who are playing a character, like, because it just makes me look stupid. Like, I feel like that's how it is talking to every single conservative right now. Like, they're playing like a WWE version of themselves in order to like defend Trump, because the entire thing is just kayfabe. And there's like all this drama going on with, I guess I accidentally started for Reservoir because I said that about Gibbs, but like I don't want to talk to people who I don't think are real people. So it's not a castle arc. It's just
look, if Gibbs is really that ass, Matt, just like fucking talk. Holy shit.
I mean, like, if he can talk to me anytime he wants. Like, to be honest, I think that they had like much stronger words for him than I did in that conversation. I was so fucking high, I just like could not keep up with the conversation. Like, and like, I don't want to. I was telling Ice Beans and Rezi this yesterday, but like I don't want it to come off like I'm trying to run away from the drama because like, oh, I'm just so small, ooh woo. Like I was shit talking too. So if they want to talk, I'll talk, but I don't know what we would talk about because I don't think that they're like real people. I don't think that they're like they have interest in portraying themselves as real people. You know, they just
I saw this like years ago. The first person who's like very overt about it, KOE Nation. Like that guy right there.
Yeah.
Like I clocked him as like the moment that the moment he kind of stepped away from like the WWE shit. Like I watched like some of his like whiskey videos. So I was like, oh, this is neat. Like he's playing a character for sure. Like beyond like the Trump glazing, there could be a genuine person, but not the fucking the Trump glazing WWE characters taking over, and he's just completely insufferable.
Yeah,
he's just fucking memes.
Well, the problem
that's all
is
he does.
it's like
I see him in
everything.
replies
Yeah,
just fucking memeing.
Yeah, exactly. Like they don't believe in anything, and I feel like when I used to argue with people, it was people who actually believed the crazy shit that they said. When I used to argue with the neo-Nazis, they actually believed the shit that they said. When I used to argue with Trump supporters, they believed the shit that they said. But like we're now in the information environment that Russia wanted us to be in. Nobody knows what information is real, so they look at the information that suits their side, and that is the truth. Russia has successfully psyoped the entire country, and we are in the full throes of it now, right?
We're now at the point where we have conservatives like regularly like siding with Russia or playing like so much ball with Russia right now.
See, like I don't even think
as if one, they're a serious threat, and two, like that they could be like our allies or something. Like,
yeah, well, see, like that, I don't even think Russia was trying to do that, like as their primary goal. That's like secondary. I think that these retards are just so obstinate in the fact that their guy can't possibly be corrupt that they will literally side with anyone that seems like supposed to be on his side or against the Democrats. And against the Democrats means,
as long as you're winning the culture war, like they couldn't care less like what you do. Like
so fuck, what was I saying like right before like 30 seconds
people
ago?
are fake as fuck. We were talking about Gibbs.
Yep. It's gone.
The Reservoir and Ice Beans, you're having a conversation with them. You're high.
Well, anyways,
I just don't want drama with that Gibbs. Yeah,
I don't want it to come off like I'm fucking running away from any of that shit. Do I think that these people are like actual dangers to society? Like individually, no, like not at all. So I think that's what their conversation was about. But I don't know how to have a conversation with someone who will sit there like the biggest example that I can think of is like very recently he was arguing with Relevant, and he just sat there and died on the hill. All three of the other people in the call tried to give him an out and say like, listen, you're arguing something that you don't believe right now, and like we're in the heat of the moment, that's fine, but like you don't believe this. And he's like, fuck you, I do believe it. He was arguing that he would rather protesters burn down his entire ranch to the fucking ground, all the trees, all the grass, all the buildings down to fucking cinders on the ground, then spray paint one of the walls of his building with ACAB. And then he went on to make the argument that Hassan makes for rioters that like, well, maybe it is better for them to burn down the buildings because they'll have, like arson insurance. He decided to sit there and die on that hill. Like he doesn't believe these things.
Wait, are Relevant died on this hill?
No. Gibbs died on that hill.
Oh, Gibbs died? Okay. I was about to say, like, that sounds
Gibbs,
completely unlike him. But Gibbs, okay.
Gibbs died on that hill because he made the stupid fucking retard statement that he would rather protesters burn down all that he owns rather than spray paint ACAB on the side of his building. Because he has insurance on his building. And then he made the Hassan argument for the rioters. right?
That's
so like
kind of crazy.
yeah, and so like I
Horseshoe
feel
theory.
the way that he argues, right, is like, yeah, I want all the Mexicans gone, all the illegals gone. I don't care if you're Abuelita who's just cooking fucking tamales in her fucking kitchen, not bothering anyone. I want you fucking gone. He argues like someone that would sit there with his foot on a fucking Mexican's throat and execute them fucking point blank to the fucking temple. That's how he argues. I don't think that's how he is. Just like based off of how I watch him like interact when he's not talking about politics, I don't think he's a demon. But he chooses
there's probably like
chooses to act like a demon because that is what politics is to these people. It is a performance, and I fucking hate them for it.
There's probably three options here. Option one is that he actually does believe it and he's just been holding that back for a while. I think that's the least likely.
Yeah.
Option two is that he got really frustrated in the debate and he said something that he really didn't mean and wanted to die on that hill for whatever reason, just so he could get a win in his head. Or three, he's playing it up for clicks, which is I think that's what it is. I think
yeah, that's what I think
he's playing
it
it up
is
for clicks.
I think it's that and I think it's a combination of the last two. But
can I interject here real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
So within that conversation, Gibbs said something like 22 businesses were destroyed by these riots. He made that statement, like 23 businesses destroyed. So then everybody was like, whoa, that's a lot of businesses. Can you provide a link? And then the link he provided included graffiti. So then Gibbs...
That's how it happened. I remember now, yeah.
So then Gibbs was trying to argue that graffiti was as bad as arson.
Yeah, it's like
that's actually even dumber. Holy fuck!
It's the total devotion to the talking point. You know, thank you, Tron. By the way, hopefully he hears that.
Fact checker Red Tron right there.
Fact checker Red Tron. Thank you. But yeah, like it bothers me because one of the things I enjoyed so much about like the whole debate space is like there were like cool conversations I've had. And I've been like, you know, thinking back on this because I'm about to be 30 and I'm just like replaying all of the highlights of my life before I, you know, become geriatric. And I'm thinking back to, you know, 2020 through, I think like mid 2023. And I had some of the coolest conversations I will ever have in my entire life. I got to learn about so many different topics on so many relevant things. This was a genuinely amazing experience to be able to, you know, stream and do this. But these people have no... I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Maybe I can't... It's probably a combination of these things. I can't tell like how much of it is just like me like losing the fight in me, right? Like, you know, there's the people like Nonfon and Rinyald's Notebook who are like epic debaters now, and good for them. Maybe I'm getting old, or maybe the quality of the people has just like significantly dropped. I don't like arguing with those people. I don't like arguing with people I don't think are real. And I'm trying to like fully I'm trying to find like the correct way to correctly formulate.
You're becoming
why
jaded with the atmosphere here.
Maybe it's that. Maybe I'm like trying to like long way explain something that doesn't need to that much explanation. But yeah, it's just fucking, it's so fucking cringe. So if they want to talk, we can talk, but that is my opinion of you, Gibbs, and any other conservative. So clip this. If they want to fucking talk, they can. I don't know what conversation we can have because they don't engender trust, you know? I think you need to reevaluate why you debate. Well, in the past, debating was like at the very beginning, we were all sold on this stupid fucking idea that we were like doing something, right? Like in a small way, maybe we're contributing to a broad, but like at the end of the day, we weren't fucking doing anything. We were fucking shit posting and essentially just arguing to argue. But we felt like we were doing something. Later on, it became, what can we actually do? And I think that the environment could have gone in a much better direction, but it just didn't. And so now we're stuck with this.
I think a lot of it has to do with, one, the politics space kind of building up pre-2020, and then kind of getting a big, massive swing during the COVID era where everyone was basically terminally online.
Right.
And from there, people found their niches in political, either activism, hobbyism, whatnot. Just political whatnot, basically. And from there, people developed communities. They developed their own little spaces. And there was a large amount of, not capital wouldn't be the right word, but a bandwidth for internet debate. Like, people wanted to see these personalities go towards each other because to some degree, these communities aligned with these creators. And on top of that, they just wanted to feel like they were winning in a certain way.
Yeah.
Basically turning politics into sports. And that's what it became for a long time. The most evident being the fucking, who's that one guy? He has ADHD, did something on stream. Fucking Trainwrecks, here we go. Started with Trainwrecks, those people back in like 2016, 2017, where we had these like blood sports panel debates, and those kept going on. And then people like Dylan Burns kind of took that and model and made it something a little bit more, I guess, moderate per se, or moderated.
Moderated, yeah, more.
And then as Dylan Burns kind of leaned into the kind of theater of it.
Oh, well, let me be
became
clear.
less.
This isn't like a criticism of this space, like, just by itself. This is like the entire internet. It's literally the entire fucking internet.
I guess so. I was kind of more tying it into the politics space, but
but that's the thing. I've tried to think of like other communities that like we could like go into, or there's like other like entire other fucking streaming websites. There's YouTube, and there's like you could stream on.
There's Kick.
Yeah,
TikTok
but like
now, like
all of the platforms have the exact same issues, right? All of them have the exact same issues that I'm talking about. And like Tron saying, like, you should reevaluate why you debate. Like, I guess I need a reason to talk. Like, give me one good fucking reason to talk to someone like Gibbs that doesn't actually believe the things that they're saying, right? Like, what would be the fucking point? Someone that will like literally fabricate evidence like on the fly? Yeah, exactly. And I don't care for that. Like, I like having to sit there and deal with someone who will just manufacture information on the fly, who will lie about the information that they are giving you. Like, you're coming out on bottom every time there, because they don't believe what they're saying. You're arguing with essentially Bugs Bunny, who's setting up cardboard little cutouts for you to punch down, and then you look like a fucking retard for punching down the cardboard cutout. Like, that's what it feels like talking to someone like Gibbs, because they're not a real human being. So if there is a reason to debate, if there is a reason, I would love to hear it. Like, give me a purpose in life, okay? But like right now, it seems like these people are people that we should just like. I can't even like. I don't even think I could be friends with someone like that. Like, if you're going to pretend to be the demonic person that would like execute a fucking Mexican child because you're so tired of illegal immigration, if that's the way that you want people to perceive you, I don't want to be around you, even if that's not actually you, because you are telegraphing out to the world what your values are, and I don't want to be around someone like that.
Have you ever watched a video about the history about martial arts that were revealed to be complete like superstition?
I have seen a video about that, but
basically with the advent of MMA, it revealed
Yeah.
that martial arts are just like cult religious behaviors, not actually martial arts. Like they're not actually effective in a fight. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, and then
most of the strategies that exist within each martial art form kind of revealed that it was more so for like entertainment or artistic purposes rather than achieving some type of goal in self-defense or combat.
yeah, and like basically it was like jujitsu and striking martial arts are the only ones that were proven to be. So you need to be able to grapple and wrestle, and you need to be able to strike, and those were all proven to be like superior martial arts. That you need a mixture of both of those. So like a judo master wouldn't win a straight fight against somebody who had a good
MMA.
mixture of
Yeah.
an MMA fighter. Yeah. What I was trying to say is I consider debate akin to that you have your beliefs, you sit in your room by yourself reading news articles, and you need to practice the counters and the counters to the counters if you want to be able to articulate your ideas into the world. And that if you're not sharpening your sword against these people, then you're not engaging with reality or truth. And I realize that it's dumb to talk about truth, but like,
Well, no, it's not dumb to talk about truth, like, because like that did feel like a major part to me, starting out. Like and especially as I stopped being a socialist and I became more, knowledgeable about economics, and I became more knowledgeable about philosophy. Like I felt, like there was something there. Fuck, I totally lost my train of thought. Jesus Christ, what was the beginning of my sentence talking about? Or what were you just saying? Oh, sharpening your sword.
Something
Yeah,
about
so sharpening
truth.
my sword. So, achieving truth is like a goal, right? But I just like, honestly, the only reason to debate would be to like continue to be good at debate right now. Like I don't have a broader reason to. Like I will, in the next couple of months, start having better time to like. I've been planning out what my life will look like in the next couple of months. And I think I'll have more time to at least do panels, if not like be live while doing it, maybe like record it and post it, but like, or like, it would be nice to do debates, but against who is the thing? Like it feels, it feels cucked. It feels like I'm being made to look like a fool for talking to these people, right? Like, and I can't shake that feeling the entire time I'm talking to them, like, because
have you watched?
It's the feeling that you're being trolled.
Yes, the entire thing is just a fucking troll.
So Pisco debated Rob North. And
Yeah.
Again.
Wait, when?
One of the times he did it, he went back through and did like a line by line breakdown with like, I want to say a debate coach person.
Mhm.
And like they were constantly showing, hey, he's not even addressing the question here. Hey, this is a lie. And then they like looked it up. I feel like with somebody like Rob Moore, you would need to devote some crazy amount of time to the post-op where you actually learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're basically having to learn not only like his strategies, but also like where he's wrong and why he's oftentimes intentionally being incorrect here.
Yeah. Well, like I'll probably never speak to Rob Noor again. I super torched the fuck out of that bridge. So that's probably never happening.
When it comes to people you should talk to, I think you should talk to people who want to talk to you. And I think you should push on TikTok/shorts and just grab random people. I think a random person probably has close to the same level of debate skill as like top tier conservative YouTubers.
I mean, like, I'm not like scared to debate people. Right now, I think it would probably be pretty hard to find someone to want to talk to me. Hey, if anyone wants to put out feelers for me and say, hey, there's this YouTuber, you're saying some pretty dumb stuff. Why don't you talk to him? If y'all want to do that, you guys are more than welcome to if you're listening. All right. If you want to be a producer Tron, then you can be producer Tron. But
No, I'm saying the opposite. I'm saying don't worry about talking to content creators because they're not going to be much smarter than their viewers. I'm saying put a phone number on the short stream and answer phone calls.
Okay, you know what? I will spend tomorrow after work setting up that fucking phone number. But we're gonna have to. It seems way more complicated than it initially did. Like only after I signed up did I think it was going to be more difficult than I initially thought. But
the other option is you could get a burner phone or have somebody send you a burner phone.
Yeah, I saw
think
someone.
Google Voice also can give you like a VoIP.
I tried Google Voice. If you can figure it out, then be my guest. Show me how to do it. But I tried for like 3 hours to set up a Google phone number, and it just would not give me the fucking phone number.
My biggest issue is that a lot of stuff can dox you. Like your phone number can dox you, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so I'm not putting my fucking phone number out.
Well, I'm saying if you bought a phone in your name, it might be able to dox you.
Oh yeah. Well, you'd have to get like a fucking. Well, I don't know how if I bought a burner phone, how I would use that on stream.
I believe Android has a whole system where you can receive text messages and phone calls to your computer.
Well, I'll be damned. Maybe I'll go get a shitty little burner phone. But then I have an additional expense for stream that would be a fucking phone, a phone line. And I
feel like you could cut out the middleman and just get the fucking the number. I feel like there's a way to just get the number that way. All you need to do is just feed the audio line through your mic to wherever and just have like an extra channel that's dedicated to calling. I don't know.
Listen, if someone can fucking troubleshoot that for me, I'll try and look at it tomorrow. Like, I think Google Voice would have been the easiest option. Like, I've used Google Voice in the past, but for some reason it just wouldn't give me a fucking phone number. So I guess
you're on the list.
I just looked at the
Sondsol.
time.
Yeah.
It's 9:00 here, so I need to head out. Is there anyone worth?
Oh yeah, you're cucked.
Well, I haven't eaten literally all day, so I would like to. I would
go fucking
desperately
eat something.
This is what Vyvanse does to me. Actually, you know what? This is something I haven't said on stream at all. I don't think I have an eating disorder. There's something wrong with me. I am actually disgusted by food recently. Like for the past 2-ish months, like I've been eating maybe 1.5 meals per day because food is just super fucking gross. Like I'll get hungry.
I don't have an eating disorder. Also, Sondsol, I think food sucks. It's disgusting.
It's like I'll get like super hungry, and then like while I'm cooking, the smell will hit me, and then I'll just like get super grossed out, and I'll only be able to eat like half of a fucking like a half bowl of ramen. Is like my average fucking meal. Is that a bad
Maybe
thing?
you're pregnant.
Wait, what?
It probably is a bad thing. To
Maybe
be
you're
kind of generally disgusted by
hold
eating.
on, wait,
It might be
Bones,
a side effect
Tron's,
of Vyvanse.
wait, Tron's trying to say something 3 times. Say it again.
Maybe you're pregnant.
Maybe I'm pregnant. Okay, I thought you said something about my apartment. Maybe I'm pregnant. What were you saying, Bones?
It probably is an issue. I
like
I don't know. That seems like
there's
something
a
you
lot
should
of
probably talk to with your doctor. I don't know.
Assuming I have a
give you
fucking
medical
doctor.
advice, so.
Have you had COVID lately?
I have not had COVID lately. I haven't had
I was about
COVID
to say-
since 23.
WebMD. There you go. There's your doctor.
And see, like, I thought about using WebMD or like ChatGPT, but then I was like, I'm not sure if like that's gonna give me something that I should be like too scared about, and then I'm gonna, yeah. Anyways,
It's liver cancer, Sondsol. It's liver cancer.
yeah, I've
You're
finally given myself cirrhosis. Vans Warped Tour was the last fucking thing. I drank myself into a tizzy listening to fucking Swaco, and now I can't fucking live. All right, I gotta.
This is your mind on Twitch politics.
Yes. We'll raid into Non-Fawn. Speaking of Admiral Gibbs, it looks like he's talking to him right now. So raid at Non-Fawn. Is that his username? Oh,
One
Non-Fawn
second.
420.
I think it's not fun 420.
Yeah. All right, everyone, go and Oh, invalid username. Fuck you. Raid. Nonfon420. All right, everybody, go and pile into here. Everybody, if you like debates, if you like stuff, and you like data mails, I haven't ever talked to Nonfon directly, but he is the new breed of Twitch debater on the left.
He's
okay?
a fucking nerd who loves economics.
He's a fucking
the
nerd.
one guy who will touch economics.
Yes, he is a data mail. All right, I
Unless
love
you're
you
a
guys.
convoy.
All right. Oh yeah, a boy too. All right, love you guys. Bye bye. All right, and then we go down here and we hit in stream. So